And we're back. It's time now for our last series of the day. It's going to be Alliance vs Thunder Predator. Brian, how you feeling about this one?
I feel like this is a chance for either of these teams to separate themselves from the bottom of the pack.
Yep.
This
Redemption.
yeah, for Alliance specifically, it's do or die. They're 0-4. I mean, I'm not saying they're dead. They go 0-6, but that's pretty hard to recover from. I'd say you're definitely not getting in the upper bracket, and you're definitely on the risk of getting eliminated entirely, as one team from each group does get eliminated. On the other hand, Thunder Predator, they're not as in a dire of a situation, but if they were to go 4, that's also not looking too hot either. So I think this game matters even more because since both these teams are theoretically at risk of getting last, that if it does end up coming down to tiebreakers or like one game one way or the other, this could be the team you're competing against for that, right? So these might be the most important games for these guys to stay in the tournament.
Absolutely. I think that's a really good point. And
do you remember do you remember the $1 million dream call?
Sometimes casting with voice lines is just like
you think like the other person's like interrupting you or something, right?
Yeah. I just suddenly hear like I'm like, wait, what? Am I hearing Espo's voice comms? I was like, oh, I know, it's that. I was gonna try do the caster thing, like build up a storyline, and now I'm just like. What I was gonna say is, these two teams, they've had a rocky year and journey in some ways. Obviously, Alliance has been some controversy around them, but when it comes to the actual games and the events, both teams, for Alliance, never showed up on LAN. For Thunder Predator, showed up at Singapore, got top 4, basically qualified for TI, and then disappeared.
Yep, they kind of got carried by the second major of the teams that were in the top being the same teams in the top, right? They were 16th in DPC points, right? Thunder Predator kind of squeaking by to get automatic berth, right? Maybe
15th or 16th.
Yeah, really close.
There was the whole meme where like, thank you Arturito. Basically, EG knocked out the teams that I think could have taken Thunder Predator's slot. So they owe EG some thanks for getting them to TI.
Still a very good team. I look forward to seeing them play. Didn't get to watch their games earlier where they did fall short. But either way, these guys, I would say, are a little bit toned down version of Beast Coast in regards to the outlandish playstyle, I guess you could say. Leo style, I'd say, is right on par with Chris Luck for some of the crazy stuff he does in the mid lane. MNZ definitely resembles K1 in regards to very farm heavy, very just 4 protect 1. But Frank Moose is somebody I'm really happy to see at TI, to be honest. He's just a really nice guy. He's pretty common, or he's pretty like positive force in the NA pubs. One of the guys that connects the NA and SA because he speaks fluent English and Spanish. So it's nice. But I don't know too much about Frank and MJZ. Like, I see them in my games all the time, but I don't know them, as personalities. But it's weird, I'm not going to lie, to like see these guys that didn't exist in the NA scene. I call it the NA scene just because the pubs.
It used to be.
They play in NA. Yeah. So I see them, like, I kind of mix them in. You see top 100, it's half SA players, half NA players. And I like Frank kind of came out of nowhere in the last couple of years. So really crazy improvement for him. I'm not talking about Alliance right now because, you all know who S4 is. You know who F&G is. You may not know who Nico Baby or Limp or Hanskin, but if you don't, that probably means you didn't watch any tournament in the last, 2 years. So
we're also talking about Thunder Predator now because we can still talk about Alliance. We can do them one by one.
That's true.
We still got time.
I just got to cover my bases,
Oh, yeah.
I'm equally rooting for both teams.
No. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Thunder Predator, the other player, no longer player, we haven't talked about, Fear. He's coaching.
Yes. That's absolutely. I saw him here. I'm like, what's he doing here? In the cafeteria.
That was my exact same first reaction. I was like, oh, you're right. Yeah, he's coaching. Kind of a new position for him. He's maybe done a little coaching before. I don't know if he was ever officially an EG coach or.
I don't think so, but he was. Sumail's given him like a ton of credit for fostering and mentoring him when he was new, like back at TI5. So I imagine he's got some like solid leadership and advice and all that kind of stuff. So
I could see him being like that really good kind of leadership coach. And he is a really great Dota mind. But
absolutely. I'm just like he's old man fear. He's got all the wisdom. He's probably got the most wisdom in all of Dota, at least top 3. So we've been talking about the teams, but not as much the draft as we were harping earlier on T1 for first picking their first 2ing their supports.
Oh yeah.
I know S4 has played Earthshaker. I believe he played it earlier.
5 seconds
But if this are their 2 supports, we don't like the fact that you kind of reveal your game plan with the supports. Usually, like we saw what Nyx did to Medusa last game, right? Supports can drastically alter how well a core scales into the game. So the fact that they've potentially revealed both, now they've said, we're going to go on you, we're going to static storm you, we're going to echo slam you, and what better than just pick a hero that says, okay, I'm going to stand still and A-click.
I totally agree. They picked Nyx and it was like great Nyx game, but I do think Medusa was picked after the Nyx though.
No, I'm saying though,
yeah.
like
Nyx was like against Lesh and all these other heroes.
It's just proof in the pudding that you can absolutely destroy a core by picking supports. So you reveal a lot of crucial information.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to dispute you, but I was just like,
now
I
you're
think
just
that's
no.
right.
I think you're more shit talking secret there.
That yes, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I remember you were a bit surprised seeing them pick Medusa into the Nyx.
We saw why though, right? During the early game, the puppy shaman absolutely ruined Nyx.
Yeah.
He couldn't do his job in the game.
That was, I mean, obviously, we can get to the draft. There's a lot of games going on. That was a tale of 2 puppies. The first 10, 15 minutes of the game, he was owning so hard, and then he was just getting jumped and dying every fight because he had no BKB, no Andis. That was a very polarizing game for him.
Yeah, 5-position shaman's tough.
Yeah.
You have a really hard time finding a position on the map to farm, and he went for the max hex, which was great early, and I think it was absolutely correct. But it's like, okay, how do you get items?
Yeah, no,
right.
5 seconds remaining.
That's the problem. Yep. But ET, so looking like, they could go both ways here. I'm leaning towards 4 disruptor either way. I don't think Earthshaker ET's a lane.
Makes sense,
right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I'm thinking it's an ET 5 because Earthshaker's not a 5. I mean, not really this patch. I'd say in some patches in the past he's been played 5. I remember No Tail occasionally would play him 5, but I don't think that's an alliance thing. Not really an FNG hero when it comes to mind. So if I'm Thunder Predator, unless this Tide's getting wham bamboozled as a 5, I'm thinking you need to pick a get out of my face kind of 5. Ogre, maybe goes well with Dusa. Undying, maybe. Maybe just too little on the stun department if they go for Undying, but. Yeah, they definitely need to make them back off a little bit because Medusa, while tanky later, pretty squishy in the laning phase. Very susceptible, early aggression.
We'll see which way Thunder Predator went ahead. You made some comparisons to Beast Coast. Is there a player you feel like is kind of like the crucial player for them? You know, for Beast Coast, we obviously talk about Whisper a lot. For Thunder Predator, you have a...
I think it's Moose. I think his game directly reflects how well Thunder Predator's doing.
Okay. What about with Alliance? Since we have talked perhaps less about
they're
them
definitely
so far.
they're definitely limp. I think he's the I think a lot of their strategies are built around Nico Baby, but you can tell if Alliance is winning based on how Limp is doing.
Okay.
Like if he's in his comfort zone, he's off to a good start, he's feeling himself, Alliance is probably winning. Yeah. Sadly, that Limp hasn't really showed up on LAN. Like, it was consistently showing up during the DPC. Like, they won DPC both times. So
10 seconds remaining.
First, second season. So, like, pretty impressive resume if you consider, like, the caliber of EU teams on average.
Yep.
But Enchantress, not exactly what I had in mind, but it is like a get-out-of-my-face 5 position, assuming it is 5. The creep itself kind of serves as the tank. None of these heroes on Alliance deal with the creep, so it makes sense.
Yep.
Lina, most likely mid, maybe 4. Tide, I mean, 4 Lina kind of sucks though, right?
10 seconds
like with the nerf to her stun, they made it so it's longer cooldown than
5 seconds
the duration of your fiery soul. So,
so
you can't stack it up anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You need a point in Dragon Slave. So that 4 Lina kind of just died.
Yeah.
From what I saw, but it is good with Tide, so maybe.
And Moose is one of the guys that did play a lot of that for Lina, so.
Wonder where they're going with this. There's a lot of flex. Like, it could honestly be mid Lina, 4-inch, 5 Tide. Like, it could be that. It could be 5-inch, mid Lina, offlane Tide. Could be 4 Lina. A lot of things they could do here. It could be mid Lina, 3 Tide, 4 Enchantress, last pick 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been waiting for this, baby. I've actually been waiting for it. It's not a grief, guys. This is safe lane sniper. It is not a grief.
Right.
It's 100% safe lane. It's going to be ET5, safe lane sniper. This is actually a really good game for it because they have no innate gap close on Thunder Predator.
10 seconds
All right.
remaining.
And Sniper has always been
Turn to battle.
very good against Medusa. The main thing about Sniper is a lot of them just go like Maelstrom BKB or like Mask of Madness, Shadowblade BKB, and you just have to get the BKB without feeding. So, yes, people can buy Blinks. Yes, they can eventually get on top of you, but it's that early stage where you just need to
10
push out your lane with
seconds remaining.
Shrapnel,
Thunder
allow yourself to
Predators
jungle by
turn to
defending your own
battle.
tower, and get to those items.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think Thunder Predator can punish that. And usually it takes more than one hero. You know, you need some hero. Like, Enchantress kind of invades. Kind of. But until you're level 6, I think Sniper might just peep you. I think you might just die.
I'm excited to see how the sniper works.
Yeah, so what they did, for people who haven't been keeping up, is that they made Take Aim, the ability to give Sniper range. They gave it an active that when you pop it, for the next 3 seconds, your headshot is 100% proc. So it makes
10
you
seconds remaining.
very scary in the laning phase. He's in a lane where he's
5
safe,
seconds
like he's not going to die. He's probably the strongest carry in the lane. Honestly, he's like stronger than Drow as a ranged hero.
Thunder Predators turn to pick.
Well, they banned some of those heroes that can get on top of sniper, cause problems. Mars, Night Stalker. Still plenty of others. If you're looking at offlaners, those are the heroes that usually do jump in and get on top of you.
Yeah,
And
he's
they
almost
seem to
certainly
think it's
5-tied now.
yeah, that's what the bans are saying. And yeah, 3 tied against
10
sniper
seconds remaining.
doesn't seem like the right answer to him.
Alliances turn to pick.
Yeah, that'll do it. That not only
Yeah.
gets him on top of you, but everyone else, for that matter.
Yeah, that's a classic sniper counter.
I do like that, but Centaur's got like 1 base armor. So his laning stage, he doesn't set up for... I guess Enchantress is okay. I was thinking Lena, but it's
Yeah.
Lena mid.
10
Uh,
seconds remaining.
Guess yeah, Ench's going to be playing the off, and you have got the enchant, I guess,
5
to
seconds
dispel off the
remaining.
ET spirit damage.
Yes. I forgot about that, but you're absolutely
But
correct.
assuming that's how he wants to use and play it, he may go different build. He may want to prioritize creep.
Oh, that's actually horrible. They picked the... No, they picked the ET and then they picked the Enchantress.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
That
That's a big hindrance to ET's
Do you
impact in
remember
laning phase.
The $1 million
You need to be like
dream
a shark.
Because it gives him armor, too. The ET Spirit gives him armor, which would allow him to be a damage soak for his sniper, which you absolutely need on sniper. You just need to be allowed to hit them. And if he gets caught with enchant into Centaur Stomp, he will almost certainly die. So who do they need? They need a mobile dude. They need... Or, you know what? I'd be down for like a... No, I was thinking Death Prophet, but no. Wait.
Sniper mid?
Sniper.
Or
No, it's mid sniper. I got so hyped up on this, and then they just didn't put it safe lane. Most snipers that are in pubs at the highest level, and that's pretty indicative since all the players are here, were carry. So that's interesting. Obviously, sniper mid is much more traditional, but Nico Baby picking Void, it is not good in lane versus Centaur. You do not beat Centaur in lane as Faceless Void. So a bit concerning to me. I think you went from having a winning side lane to a losing side lane. I think Lena does perfectly fine against Sniper, but I don't actually know for sure since the headshot change or the take aim change.
Yep.
I'm liking Thunder Predator's draft more after the last 2 picks, but I'm still curious about the Sniper.
it does feel like there's an element of maybe comfort for Alliance, going for like the Nico Baby Void, one of his kind of signature heroes, going back to, last TI when he was playing with Mineski, one of the heroes he had that TI success on. I feel like I've seen Kyle picking Limp Sniper in, years gone by. It's hero Limp
Is
likes.
that something that's good? Like, is that like, are you happy about
I
that?
feel like when I remember Complexity picking for Limp, but usually it didn't end well.
Yeah.
It's not like something. For me, his classic heroes are his lane dominators, like his TA and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the mechanical heroes where he can win his Kunkka was always really good as well. So
The thing is, Sniper doesn't make space as a mid laner.
yeah,
Like, he's basically like a Tinker, Zeus, Like, in terms of the first, 12 minutes of the game.
isn't that,
Like
and that's
the way
kind of
he
the case
plays.
for all 3 of their cores. I mean, Shaker, you need a blink.
That's what I was
dagger.
about to get to is... Now,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for just totally alley-ooping me here. That's what you're doing. You're setting me up.
Yeah.
What do they do? Who's moving pre-10 minutes? I feel like Lena just has complete free reign of the map. Lena and Lesh I'd consider very similar heroes. They flash farm jungle, low cooldown, and their only real hindrance is their ability to just walk around the map, because Lena's got Fiery Soul for moving faster,
You need to be
Leshrac
like a
just
shark.
walks around fast, and these heroes, like, you're scared if you're against, like, Invokers and stuff, where you try to run through the river and they kill you.
Prepare
But
for battle.
what I'm getting at, after all this BS, is that I think Leo style is going to have free reign of the map for the first, like, 12 minutes, and if he gets off to a good start, could absolutely rampage, or run rampant, shall I say, over Alliance's lineup.
We'll see how Alliance look to make this one work. This is a crucial game when it comes to any chance of, making it into the upper bracket, or, potentially if things continue to go poorly for these two teams, a battle to stay away from that bottom elimination slot. Obviously, we're far away from that. We're at day one. There's 4 days of groups. There's a lot of games to be played, but for now, each team, you got to focus game by game. Get one win at a time. Something neither of these two teams have achieved quite yet.
30 seconds.
That's the
to
beauty of
battle.
this series. One of them
Be like a shark.
will escape the depths of the trench.
Yep. Or maybe both. Maybe they both get a win.
That's true.
Yeah.
Touche.
They could be friendly.
Something
So
about
back
MJZ using Nico Baby's line was a bit...
Oh, Nico Baby has the time walk away. He's trying to hold on to it, gets to the low ground.
The battle begins.
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why the mid laners are like walking under the opponent's tower. So for people who haven't kept up, they made it so the pregame is daytime, or sorry, nighttime. So the tower doesn't see its max attack range during that nighttime. So they purposely walk barely into tower range to see if the tower attacks them, because the tower will only attack you if there's a ward there. So that's what you're seeing pretty much every game. If you're wondering why people are doing that, looks very random, I'm sure, if you haven't seen that before. It's honestly, to me, pretty annoying, like that it has to be done. Everyone does it every single game. But it's the meta. It's a thing.
I wouldn't mind, maybe in future they just increase that tower night vision so it at least matches the attack range.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like-
It ruins it because you can de-ward pretty much any ward that sees that area.
Yeah. Like, I think logically that makes sense that the tower's attack range matches its vision, at least during night. It can be
The
longer.
first night. It could literally just be the first night.
True.
Yeah. Say like, because I'm sure that's an oversight that they didn't expect when they made the pregame nighttime.
Yeah.
It's amazing how intricate parts of the game can have such a massive impact when you just do something like that.
Yeah. And we
Change
see
the
an
Wii game. Go ahead.
entire meta develop around it where teams, instead of a ward, they'll sometimes send a hero there to basically let the tower hit them without putting a ward there.
Yeah, and there's a lot more pregame smokes because you can't see anything. And you're just like, I don't feel safe walking out and warding, because instead of seeing the hero from 1800 range, I'm going to see them from 800. Sniper also has more than default night vision, so I'm sure that's part of why he's picked more. You can see further during the pregame. One of many reasons.
Nice. Deny with the totem. That's for being a Pesk down bottom. And we'll see MNZ playing that carry Dusa. Anything stand out as far as the lanes go when you look around? Any matchups or anything that interests you particularly about a specific lane?
I am not the best mid laner, but I've played the matchup, and I'm pretty sure Lina dumps her sniper. So I'm seeing it so far.
He's hitting every spell.
You're just too slow to dodge Lina, even though you're high range. You're not high range at low levels, so you can't actually position yourself safely enough. You also want to max out the shrapnel. So that's my concern. That's the lane I'm looking at. Mid lane this patch can be very volatile with matchups like this, where they're both kind of like squishy ranged heroes. Like one fissure from I guess it's not a roaming forward. Never mind. No team really has a ganker. The Enchantress from Moose might have an early gank for like the catapult maybe, where he catches limp, where he can wrap around tanking the tower with the creep.
But the ganker perhaps is on the Thunder Predator side, this mid lane. If they don't contest things like these root. Nice curious find from FNG. Like, you don't want to give Lean all these power runes to start making plays around the map.
Wait a second. Did he just... Oh, wait. What is he... He used shrapnel near the small camp. I think he was like trying to use it on the small camp, the opponent's small camp, but he missed.
Oh.
I think because he
Was
just
he trying to
completely
farm it?
wasted. Yeah, because if there's a minimum aggro range for camps. Like if you do damage from I think more than 1500 range, they don't move. as I'm busy talking about random crap. It looks like that he was trying to do that, so it was a cool mechanic that I think he messed up a little bit. Tide does go down bottom. As long as MNZ's farming, I don't think it's a big deal that that happens.
Does obviously make Alliance's game a little bit better, that first blood gold, and gets the
the glint. Okay, that's horrible.
And MNZ, he doesn't have the reach, and that
You just die. Just let yourself die,
yeah.
honestly. Just die.
Man,
I think he's supposed to just die there, but
maybe we'll just go for another last.
I guess the lane is getting pushed into his tower. Maybe he's okay, but he has Tango. He has 2 Tangos, one going and one queued up.
Back at mid, battle over these water runes. FNG snipes the top one, trying to deny these runes away from the Lina, and succeeds in doing so.
And as I say that, Sniper is winning the mid lane, so
He's pulled it back.
as predicted.
That's what you hear for the big predictions. And
Thank you. My mid lane knowledge is quite extensive. That's
But
why I pretty much lose every lane.
your carry offlane knowledge. You mentioned the center should do well against the Void, and that has been the case.
Yeah, that's actually where I'm going to stick to those side lanes.
Is this no points in retaliating?
It depends on where you're going to go. You're either going to like find some opportunity to stun this Void and all in him. Like here, he had already used Time Walk, so he's trying to get some nice harass. Or this opportunity never arises, and then you just go max retaliate and farm.
Yeah.
So that's really high. Like that's a really, you can tell he's played a lot of Centaur, even though he's bronze tier apparently on Dota Plus. But yeah, that's really cool when people hold skill points like that, because you don't know which game plan you're going to go with, and your skills do very different things. So he was prepared, catching him with his pants down there.
Nice fissure from S4, blocks him in.
The thing is that death on Nico Baby was incredibly costly in comparison to the deaths from MJZ, because while they were diving him, there were 5 creeps underneath the tower dying.
S4, he has stick charge. Wow, one more right click.
What?
No uphill miss.
That creep. That's the MVP right there. That's the first time I've heard Slax's. Hopefully the last.
That's why I say every event I see him. Just kidding, Slacks. We love you. Yeah, that is a solo kill for Medusa on a pretty farmed, good start Earthshaker. So definitely S4 won't feel too happy about that one. 6-minute power runes coming up. It's going to spawn bottom. And Thunder Predator, unfortunately, don't get it top, but they will get a kill. Oh, Limp also killed MJZ.
I'm just like slightly bothered by Alliance here, because I feel like they willingly gave themselves 3 bad lane matchups in order to have comfort. Like, is that how you win TI? Like, mid lane's going okay. It's about even. But Earthshaker is not good against a ranged hero. That's like, he abuses the threat of Enchant Totem with Aftershocks to, like, punish melee heroes, right? And then Sniper would have been really good against Centaur in lane. And you kind of just willingly gave that up.
It still does feel like that. I mean, obviously they picked the center after seeing the sniper, but for the most part, it feels like a very good sniper game, just not perhaps the lane you were hoping for it to be in.
It's the fact that you picked Void and like you had a winning matchup and replaced it with a losing matchup.
Yeah.
And I think Void hates playing against Enchantress because you don't have an option to go jungle on Void. It's really slow. You don't want to do it. And Enchantress is one of the best 4s for just like booting the carry out and ruining their game. So usually you want to pick like TBs or Medusas, something like that, that's just going to leave when Enchantress starts putting a lot of pressure on. And look at Nico Baby. He's just not hitting creeps. This feels so bad.
Well, they're rotating here. They've got the level 7 sniper, but he's about to hit level 6 on Frank. He just got it. Does have the mana for a Stampede. He's just going to use that to try and run the hell out of here.
Peace
Assassinate.
out,
He's fine. Yeah, he's got more than enough health. He just hit level 6. They couldn't get there in time. Meanwhile, bottom. They got S4. That's back-to-back deaths now. They're using the Alliance spray, the forehead move. Oh boy.
They came prepared. I want to know. I want to check their Steam purchase history. I'll ask Gabe about it later to get access to that information. If they purchased these Alliance sprays for this game. That's what I want to know. It's probably a worthwhile investment if you think it has even an ounce of impact.
Yeah. Gonna get in their head just that little bit Leo style. Getting low should be okay. Turns.
Okay.
Yep, okay. And top lane, I believe. Oh, no, it's bottom. Nico Baby rotates, kills MJZ. That's just a support tie bit, yeah. I mean, both teams losing a support, but. That was a
I'm
bit of it.
surprised Leo Styles struggling as much as he is. Like, looking at his
Oh,
net
yeah.
worth, I understand that he's now losing his lane, like I predicted. But couldn't he have just juggled? Is he getting messed with? I guess I would have to go back and watch. I assume something happened. You know, I'm not sure what it is, but something had to have happened.
Yeah, FNG did come over, like, took the 4-minute water rune, I remember, and
Oh,
was
that would
lurking
put
around.
him. Okay, and
Yeah.
the tide's been TPing back bottom, so he hasn't like refilled his bottle anymore.
Yeah.
There's been no ganks from Enchanters. Okay, you can just blame his teammates.
Exactly.
That's my route whenever I lose mid. Oh, there's a bounty rune there.
Okay.
Giving him the bottle refill to give to him. That's the carry play right there. You shoveled up a bounty rune, let your mid laner bottle you.
Yep.
To then pick up the bounty rune.
And there's... Oh, he doesn't give him that bounty rune to bottle. Or Leo Style probably just said, I'm fine. So both teams pushing their off-lane towers, but we'll see if they can get some kills as well. MJZ gets caught
Echo Sun?
behind it. For the time? I mean, okay, no, they've got the glimpse back. He's just buying time. He's also delaying the push a little bit, so... We
I'm
talk.
surprised. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just surprised how much damage that bottom tower's taken. I like looked at it and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, when did
Radiant's bottom tower
Earthshaker, I guess the enchant totem?
Yeah.
Like, is it really that much? Wow.
I looked at it like 45 seconds ago, and it was like at least 2/3 health. So I think he's just was spamming totem hits.
That's crazy, actually. I didn't realize how powerful of a tower pusher Earthshaker can be if he's a core. In the early game, at least.
Here comes Thunder Predator. They want to collapse around mid lane. Oh, they see Limp.
Centaur can
Yeah.
play.
That's what the Centaurs pick for against the Sniper. And the lean is there as well, looking for FNG. Gets out of range of the Stomp. Dragon Slave going to be close. Not quite enough damage. It's going to need another right click or two. And should be able to get there with the Fiery Souls. Maybe not. Leo Style gets him.
That was such a quick punish from Thunder Predator. So what happened there was S4 took bottom tower. Oh, but as we will talk about it after. Nice Echo Slam timing.
Have they got the damage to this one? With the T1 tower, they should. Stays out of range of the hoof stomp. What? Ooh,
Not
he's
even
still
close.
alive.
Not even close.
Oh, I didn't have the mana for the Thunder Strike too. But here comes Nico Baby with the Assassinate. They'll get him. But it feels like Alliances have to invest so much for a kill. But you were saying.
I was saying that S4 took bottom tower and then TP top. And Thunder Predator saw that and took that as an opportunity to immediately dive Limp mid because the counter initiation of the Earthshaker was no longer there. They knew it. They're like, he cannot be here. And that's something where if you're like the save or like the threat that's preventing them from killing your hero, in this case the sniper who's like very vulnerable to that kind of stuff, you have to be very careful with where you TP. So I think that might have been like a little bit of an oversight from S4 that was immediately punished. So that was really good play by Thunder Predator. But they did end up getting the retribution because Frank overstayed his welcome, thinking he's invincible with that Vanguard, as it looked like he was. You know, he almost lived through all that. But pretty big kill there because Centaur was incredibly farmed. And if you don't kill him, he's going to keep playing up in your face. So you kind of have to get him out of your face.
He's close to a Blink Dagger.
That's terrifying.
Already hard for this Sniper just with the Stampede, but things get even trickier.
He's pretty tanky, though. He does have Dragonlance double Wraith Band. He needs that BKB, though. I don't know how early he wants to get it. Took the 15 damage talent. I've seen that go both ways. People... I think when they go Mask of Madness, they will lean towards the take aim duration. But I don't think you attack enough on average if you don't have that attack speed to make use of it. Almost has it, Frank. Really cool skill build this game. He took that 2 points in the double edge just to get that one kill on Nico Baby, but then back for the retaliate maxed out.
Just
I think he just min-maxed this like perfectly. So really cool there. I think Medusa will probably buy a Swift Blink. I think the Sniper matchup used to be better for Sniper than it is now for the Sniper Medusa matchup, because Medusa could buy Blink, but it didn't really feel good. But Swift Blink doesn't feel bad on Medusa. It's like a nice item. Decent damage. It's like 75 attack speed, 75 damage when you actually use the Blink. So. Okay, F&G. They are smoked up on Alliance as well.
Yeah, they're headed somewhere else. They haven't found an opening really for the Chronosphere yet. Nico Baby treads Javelin, has the Maelstrom very soon. Finds MJZ, but
look at him dangle.
yeah, they're just running past. They're like, we want Leo Style. And they're going to go for a Blink Echo Slam, followed by the Static Storm. They've got the damage, but the turnaround could be there. There's a glimpse back. Can
Ravage
they
his
kill
ass.
S4?
That's so funny.
There we go.
I'll take that. Thank you.
The solo kill on the core shaker.
That was like a level and a half for Ty.
Yeah. Definitely feels worth it. Ooh, MNZ, he's got bit of a awkward attempt there. Changed his mind halfway through.
Nice sidestep though.
Yep. Dodges the stomp, perhaps feeling like, yeah, he knows Alliance. They're collapsing on this mid lane. They're
He's
all
looking.
coming, and they've got a Chronosphere now. This could spell doom for this poor Medusa. Can't get out of the Earth Splitter and just going to go down to some Void right clicks.
And
And
Sniper.
yep. Sniper going down, gets on the back lines here. Lina has a Laguna Blade still.
Still has Chronosphere as well.
Can they find some more here? He's really looking for it. Lina gets out. He sidestepped it. Ooh, time walks off the Laguna damage. Leo style, not expecting that one. There's an LSA to follow up the center hoof stomp. Just all out brawl in the mid lane, these teams decided.
There's a lot of like soft stuns, you know, like you can dodge them. So a lot of people are just missing.
Oh, that's Frank. He's on the mark. Blink hoof stomp in, and S4 I think just accepting his fate. I mean, yeah,
he's
I
fine.
would say he can live that. I'm surprised he was going for those right clicks.
Wasn't even close, man. Come on.
S4? He had Blink,
What
right?
the hell? Yeah. Okay, he actually had Blink.
Yeah,
100%. I don't know
he
what's
had Blink.
happening.
I thought he had Vision, too.
Lina just died to Nico Baby on the side, so that was a big kill as well. Oh no, he died to a neutral. Did I see neutral?
Yeah.
Okay, this game's crazy. I saw Nico Baby chasing him on the side, but I was just like, you know, so much is going on. I can't even keep up with it.
This is the TI nerves, I feel like, on some level.
No, this is definitely Dota. You're infinitely more likely to see a TI than any other
Yeah.
tournament. But this is what Dota's all about, man. More than 1 kill per minute with a sniper Medusa game. You know, like, you're not expecting it. If you look at that Radiant lineup, you're not thinking kill, kill,
Yeah.
kill. Even this Dire lineup, yeah, they've got a lot of ults, but it's not really like a low cooldown, run at you, skirmish. But you see Nico Baby just fighting without Chrono.
Well, perhaps we'll see a bit more of that. I mean, we mentioned Alliance, they don't really have that hero to make space until they get the Blink, but it's up now, so S4 has that Echo Slam soon and could just be continuing to look for those kind of plays.
What's happening? Okay, use
To
that to
retreat,
escape.
yeah. Get away from the glimpse. Only level 3, went for the max Thunderstrike. Uh-oh, Leo style gets found. S4, that was an Echo Slam, so Blink Echo Slam comes back up and it's deja vu. Same thing has happened bottom lane.
Totally worth. But I thought he was going to have a pretty free game on Leo style, but it has proven to be completely the opposite. And that is why, no matter how much theory crafting is done, you must play the game of Dota. As we're doing a... Holy crap, he's chunking that tower.
Lina kill into a tier 1 mid, and this game is rocking on a seesaw. It is pretty even between Alliance and Thunder Predator.
Going Echo Saber on Void. It's been pretty common. A lot of people, when they have to go BKB, will buy that Echo Saber. Honestly, I don't even know if he needs BKB this game. He kind of needs it, but I guess he needs it. Okay, he needs it. I guess like Tide plus Centaur is enough, right? It's so much burst. Pretty limited stuns, but if they happen to catch him in the stun, he's almost certainly dead. So.
Play from Alliance. They want to maybe defend their tier 2 tower or just force and take
Nice
a fight
positioning
here.
by Frank.
Yep. Oh, they
they
smoke, but instantly gets popped here. The Spirit will go up and scat it out. Moves himself, happy to just run on in, offer his body up as a target, just to get whatever intel he can, but they don't want to chase into Alliance. Both teams kind of holding their side, holding their high ground.
Philosopher's Stone. Thunder
Juicy.
Predator. Not as game-winning this game as
Comes the
last
wraparound. But it's MJZ, it's the Tide. He's got a Ravage, but he gets caught in the Static Storm. He may just go down here, but maybe that's going to be okay for him. Leo style, he does not want to die here. A Chronosphere could find him, and he's being found. No Chrono needed. Blink, Hoof Stomp, Void getting low, but he's got a Time Walk. They don't have enough damage to finish him off before the Time Walk up, but Alliance did lose 2 on the side. Not sure what happened there. May have Ravage combo, and he just goes down, and S4 himself in some trouble once MJZ won't get him.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to blame the cameraman on the fact that I thought Alliance was winning that fight.
Same.
thought-
Cameraman.
I thought, I mean, Scriff, like, step it up. I thought Alliance was winning there.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, wait a minute. Thunder Predators lost 2 heroes on the side. What the hell?
It's amazing how...
Or Alliance did, I mean.
Yeah. Now, cameraman can frame the narrative of a team fight. But yeah, not quite Scriff. Those guys work hard, go and buy their voice lines, not mine because I don't know how to catch kills.
Yeah, as this just proves like how news can lead you astray. Yeah.
I thought I was watching the important part. You know, that's why I'm not an observer. I see this Lina, I'm like, all right, this Lina has died twice in a row this Blink Echo Slam. I'm going to tunnel vision her dying a third time.
This is a visual representation of fake news
Yeah.
and misleading. And it's all about the story, the details of the story that you include. And now we're going to stop talking about this and go back to the game. Earthshaker queuing up the BKB.
Yep.
Moose. I mean, I don't think his items really matter, but he's got a mech and Philosopher's Stone for him. I'm sure he's not really hitting creeps for the most part, but he has a right-clicking support, so it doesn't feel nearly as luxurious as the Nyx Assassin. Oh, the bot's onto the Enchantress creep. Well, he canceled that one. I was like, no thank you. That was a nice debate. He just baited out the Static Storm on the creep. So that's a crucial cooldown. Gone. Dragon's Blade for Limp. Will he take it? He will.
They
That's a
scan
nice
this
game.
for. They know he's up here.
Will Thunder or will Frank find him? Frank the
Will
tank,
he blink
baby.
in time? Will he
Frank?
blinks
Frank?
out? Oh, S4, he's done.
He's
Or is he?
fine.
He's got backup coming.
I like how he threw out all of his spells there.
Yeah. And Frank is the one. Gets turned on. S4 has the last laugh for now. As Limp peeps him down. Finds the kill, and they're looking for more. Nico Baby has a Cronus here. Doesn't want to throw it on just a tie. This is support. The Glimpse are pulling back in. That should be enough with the S4 Totem. They get a second kill. Alliance making a stand in top lane. Very back and forth game. And it is Medusa who has taken that kind of top net worth spot by a pretty good margin.
That's just so shocking. You know, Medusa just never hits creeps. It's crazy. He's actually been showing up to fights more than I expected.
Is under attack.
You know, like he's 3-1-3, but he's been at these fights. Didn't really feel like he did much other than be like a deterrent. But you can't really do much as Medusa, right? What do you expect it to do with the ability to right-click?
Even there, like, comes into the top lane just to help make sure they can defend this top tier 1 tower. Keep a few objectives alive.
Yeah, Roche is definitely a consideration for both teams, but neither one of them really do it that fast. So I think it's eventually there's gonna be a fight here that resolves around both teams like, I don't want to go in here, but we want to bait you to go in here, and then we're gonna kill you when you go in. So I think there's gonna be something that fits that description. As Limp has the BKB, almost done. That's a really important item for him because at any point he has to be fearful of just getting blinked on by a Centaur with the stampede of the entire team closing the gap on him. But now he can stand his ground and dish it out. His only concern, I believe, for the time being is the Lina until MNZ gets the Scotty Blink. Scotty plus Blink, and MNZ can suddenly just kind of negate Limp entirely because the Scotty slows you by so much through BKB. And the Blink will get him in your face, so smoking before the Scotty time.
Yeah.
A little bit odd.
He's just going to show in the mid lane, farm it up, and looks like they're moving towards Moose.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
Limp's
under
BKB
attack.
on Sniper is completed, so that could just go not quite the way they'd hoped it to do. Nice Blink, Ravage. They caught the Sniper before he BKBs. Laguna Blade finishes him off. MJZ with the fast Blink Ravage, and Limp couldn't react in time.
So that's why they smoked.
Yep.
You don't have the Scotty Medusa, and the Medusa was showing mid during that time, so you probably feel really safe as Limp there. You're not thinking that's what's going to happen to you.
And right into the Roshan pit.
Dire's
Alliance
top tower is
kind
under
of...
attack.
Are they heading that way?
Radiant's middle
They've
tower
smoked up.
is
Yeah,
under
Void
attack.
is not headed that way for now, and Sniper's still dead for 20. There are only 3 heroes here, but it's an ET, it's a Shaker. S4, he pops the smoke, Blink, Echo.
Nice BKB by Leo style.
Oh, and he gets the Snatch Aegis. S4 didn't have the... didn't pick it up or got stunned. Did you see what happened there?
I think he just misclicked. He had an inventory slot with the stick in his backpack. That was crazy reaction by Leo style. He BKB'd and had the presence of mind to run through run past the fissure and know that his Medusa was not going to be able to pick up the Aegis.
Luckily, yeah, once the smoke popped, he saw with the Observer Ward, S4 coming in, so having that vision outside the pit making all the difference.
He didn't have much time anyways. Like, right when S4 showed, he blink echoed, like, almost instantly without seeing anybody. He just knew they were in the pit because the smoke broke. So that was high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward for Thunder Predator.
We'll take another look at this one. There it is, the blink echo.
No, he didn't have a slot available.
Oh, he moved it afterwards, I
Yeah, he
guess?
moved it afterwards. Such a small oversight that can cost you so much.
Yeah. Especially when running towards that Roshan pit.
He did the moving afterwards to trick casters like me. He's like,
Yeah.
I was ready.
I mean, once he doesn't pick it up, we go to click him, and then it's like, oh, it's empty, you know?
Yeah, he did his job there. That's what I do. I would ping my stick that was in my backpack, and my teammates would be like, oh, he did try.
Unfortunate. I mean, that was a bold move from Alliance. 3 versus 4 there, and just going for it.
I think it could have worked. It was bold, absolutely, but I think if S4 was playing that perfectly, he would have stolen the Aegis there. Probably would have just died like instantly for it, but still worth it, I think.
Black handskin. TP his way out.
Sadly, he had to move right next to him to see him, so kind of contradicts the impetus concept.
Radiant's middle tower is
I like how he has the Philosopher's Stone just so he can use the impetus to make up for the Philosopher's Stone minus damage to farm.
Radiant's
Gotta, yeah,
top tower is
balance.
under attack.
Now he's running out of mana.
he's
Actually, I guess
getting-
he's got decent mana.
He's getting the farm from the stone and from the creep last inning.
Yeah, so
Best of
this
both worlds.
I mean, he's climbing up. I guess he's still behind the Disruptor, but
Yeah.
decently farmed.
He had like a Dragonlance queued up early. He changed his mind. It's heading a different direction, but
I don't think he has to deal damage. You have Medusa and Lina.
yeah.
I don't think you need another threat on your team. I like the Blink Dagger idea for Leo style. Usually people like Shadowblade, but against heroes like Phases Void, Blink Dagger. The fact that you can dodge the spell that might just kill you entirely despite having a BKB, it can make a huge difference.
See what the next call is for Thunder Predator with this Aegis for a couple of minutes. They probably at least want to take some of these out of towers.
I think Frank is the difference
Dire's
maker here.
middle tower is under
That Acceptor is a huge buy. I'm kind of surprised if he converts to the pipe. Yeah, okay, he's going for the Acceptor components now. Because, like, they're pretty all in on, like, the ET Disruptor Chrono combo. And that 40% damage reduction. It also extends the duration of Stampede. They buffed it a little while back. So it will be the full duration of the Chronosphere. It's 40% HP, gods. I don't know if you know, but it gives you effectively 66% more health.
I know now.
is under
Yes.
Thank you.
So the Lina who has 1900 health would about have like 3200 health. Like that you have to chew through during the
Yeah.
Chronosphere while BKB, I would assume. So it makes it quite much more difficult. As he's only 1500 gold off of that.
FNG almost dying in this tower. He pops the Solar Crest on the Siege Creep, and then suddenly he's getting chomped at.
Anything for the catapult.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Keep that baby alive.
is under attack. Dire's
And you got to imagine the center is not going to be a prime target for the Chronosphere. He's looking for those squishy heroes.
Yeah,
to
there's
lean on.
absolutely. I think Lina's your best target by a large margin. Like damage output compared to how squishy they are, Lina's top of the line there. He has a Scotty, so I do like that from Nico Baby against the dual range core. It's like a BKB in the sense that it gives you survivability, but if you go BKB, it's like, are you killing anybody? I think the fight has to last longer than 9 seconds for them to win the fight. So I like the fact that he went for like the hybrid defensive offensive build. Still needs a BKB though, so he's going back.
Hoping for now the burst damage isn't enough to kill him, and he can get a time walk off.
It's just a matter of being with his team for that point, because they can definitely save him just by casting stuns and silences. They scanned him, so they saw that he was there, but Nico Baby is Spidey senses tingling. They don't know for sure he TP'd. He might have still lingered, so they are going to look anyways with Frank. Going to waste some time. Might set up for Alliance to get out on the map in a favorable position.
Looks like they're happy to just stop pushing out some of these lanes. And now with the Aegis expiring, do you think Alliance want to make some moves now? They've got a BKB on Limp. Scotty, is there a go time for them, or are they just happy to sit back?
I mean, I think their go time is related to their cooldowns. I don't really think it's like an item. So I think they could feel confident to go here.
Enchantress does
Okay.
get picked off. Okay.
Silver Edge doing some work.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He might have to consider like a Ghost Scepter or something just to survive that break. Medusa does have the blink.
Yeah. Almost feels like a bit of baiting here from MNZ. Daring Alliance to do something.
Yeah, he has to be careful. If he gets caught, I think he might be burstable if before the Centaur eggs. But that's coming out 900 gold. Pretty crucial timing to pay attention to. The only desynergy is that I actually don't know how it works, because I know that Medusa's mana shield doesn't account for like armor and magic resistance as like damage reduction. So I don't know how it works with literal damage reduction. You know, that's what it's always, you know, Dota being so consistent in so many ways. It's hard. It's, you know, it's hard to know. It's not consistent at all, guys. Just in case that wasn't obvious. So it might
It's
not
the beauty
be,
of the game.
Yeah, it might not be as impactful as I anticipated because of that, but something I'd probably have to test later, because probably matters in 1% of my Dota games, or 1% of 1% or something.
Teams head different directions. Alliance headed right towards this Thunder Predator. High ground down bottom. TP may be forced back, but moves on the end, just getting pulled back in with the glimpse, and that's going to be an easy kill for Alliance to get out scot-free. Tired now. He's just broken. He just melted to the right clicks. He got like 5-shotted there. They get the Chronosphere out on a Medusa with an Earth Blaze. The damage going to be there. Loses all his mana. The Static Storm there as well, preventing any spells from being used. And they kill MNZ. Disaster for Thunder Predator. They want more. Blink, Ravage catches everybody, but where's the follow-up? They've lost the Shaker, but I don't know if they've got the damage. With Leostyle on the backlines, they might just do it, but Nico Baby gets the Time Walk out. No BKB, no problem, he says. He wants more. Comes in, catches up moves, and the constant Silver Edge breaks is working wonders against this lineup. Frank is trapped in the kinetic field, and he's going to go down. Another break, another sniper, peep, 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 right at the back, and Alliance destroy Thunder Predator in this team fight.
We got some Kit Kat bars on Thunder Predator here. Just give me a break.
Not the kind of fight they were looking to put together.
Money to burn.
I appreciate the non-reaction there. As yeah, I don't know what that really was. I think MNZ thinks he's more survivable than he is. If he gets chronoed into Disruptor Ultimate, he's gonna die. So that was I think overconfidence a bit, because he's their most farmed hero, and I don't think he did a single ounce of damage that entire fight.
And the Tide just kind of walks in. We see it there.
Yeah, he will die here.
You mentioned the sniper. Once he gets that BKB, how hard to deal with he can be, and well, perhaps Thunder Predator just underestimating this sniper just a little bit this fight.
They just need BKBs of their own, honestly, because they've got Earthshaker, Disruptor. You gotta need BKB against these heroes, but Hanskin, this farmed AF 4-position Disruptor, has Blink Veil Ags. So Ags prevents you from being able to use items during Disruptor's ultimate. So if they chrono somebody before the BKB, that they will be They will be dead, 100%, no matter who it is. MNZ, I think, has to. They have to find the opening, and he has to blink ult it in. Like, he has to start the fight casting his ult. Otherwise, he will get focused. And as Medusa, that's a scary thought. The whole concept of the heroes that you are meant to not be able to be focused.
Handskin gets jumped on. Blue Hoofstop is there. Handskin, Echo Slam, counterplay. There is a Static Storm that comes out, but
Has to ulti preemptively.
that's the
good.
BKB Lina. Charging in, that's going to force Alliance back. Limp having to use his BKB as well, and a good time for Thunder Predator to win a fight, because Roshan is
Ooh, that's
up
clutch.
for number 2. Both trading teamfight victories. But Thunder Predator winning the one that's perhaps a little bit more timely. Ooh, they're buying back for this. I don't know if they saw the DD on Lina, probably because it was used in the last fight, but
They may
Roche
not have
is gonna-
considered it, right? Oh,
they get out of the pit. I think they had enough time to do it, but they don't know that. We can see it from our perspective, but
yeah, they see Nico Baby now, so they're probably like, "Aw, man, too late now for sure."
and yeah, now the ET Spirit's scouting it, and if anything, Alliance with that buyback may just be able to secure this for themselves if they feel safe and confident enough with BKBs, but Gotta be a little bit careful. No Echo Slam for another 70 seconds still.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
Void
under
Shard
attack.
is terrifying if they give it to him for free. One of the... Like, he's kind of like Ursa, right? He doesn't flash farm, so any influx of net worth is super valuable, and it gives him the reverse time walk, which is the moonwalk of time walks, where it lets you rewind yourself from time walking. You can't see it, because it's not there. On his abilities, it gives him a new ability.
Oh, yeah. Time walk. Yep.
It's a very powerful... It was kind of a meme at first, but then people realized it's like, wait a minute, this is kind of a good shard.
Go. And they contest this one. He's going to just pop the BKB, blink in with the Stone Gaze. They're going to throw the Chronos, but he get gazed up. Who's going to get this Aegis? Roshan goes down. Aegis? Aegis? There we go. Nico Baby picks it up, and this Deuce is in all sorts of trouble. The Static Storm, MNZ just melting to the sniper right clicks. He just holds his ground and tries to fight his way out of it, but there's no happy ending for him as Moose tries to push away the Void, but gets jumped on once again. And Alliance putting together some fantastic team fights
Dire's
when it
bottom
matters
tower
most.
is under attack.
I feel like they are just more comfortable in the late game here.
Oh, Leo style. That's a DD sniper.
Is under attack.
Oh,
He has to
he
run.
lost vision. Okay.
Yeah, he has to run. He could have, like... Oh, he didn't have TP either. Wow. I was, like, criticizing Alliance's draft for seeming like sticking to their comfort zone too much, but it feels pretty clear that they're more comfortable in this portion of the game, which is usually where
Radiant's top tower
familiarity
is
with
under
your
attack.
hero starts to come into play. Like, you can only experience so many situations at this stage in the game with limited play. So, it's interesting. It feels like Alliance is just outmaneuvering Thunder Predator in most aspects, like team fight execution as well as just map movements. It's always somebody on Thunder Predator seemingly getting caught out. I don't think I've really seen anyone on Alliance get caught recently.
Definitely at this stage of the game, it feels like Alliance have a massive edge when it comes to team fight too. Like, yeah, they're more comfortable, but they've drafted for that. They've got, you know, Void Disruptor combo with an ET. Like, I mean, a Chrono, Earth Splitter, Static Storm, and a Shaker. Their team fight is
Radiant's
colossal.
middle tower is under attack.
They have the Thunderstrike talent on Disruptor, which gives it 3 extra instances, so it goes from 4 to 7. And he also has the Shard, which lets him place it on his ally, which buffs up their attack speed by 75. Kind of like it bursts, so it's a little awkward, but really good on Faceless Void is what I'm getting at. You guys will see it in action, yeah, right here. He's zip-zooping and attacking real fast, too.
Radiant's top tower
Creepsword getting the tower. There we go.
Now, once Disruptor gets level 20 with the Shard, it's basically like Ogre Magi, where you get like half as the duration of the attack speed, but everything around you taking damage from the Thunderstrike, so it's kind of cool.
bottom tower is under attack.
All to the high ground we go. Alliance feeling good about themselves. Still have the Aegis.
Thunderstrike and
Void, Nico Baby. I don't know if that was scouted. It is nighttime.
sneaky.
Goes in. One-man Chrono, but it's a Medusa. Can they finish him off? The Aghanim Stampede is there just for the damage mitigation, but with the Earth Splitter, they've got the kill on the backlines. Thunder Predator have found themselves with a decent jump, taking out both supports, but the damage has been done. They've lost the Medusa.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
Nico Baby
has fallen.
considering going in looking for more, but they'll walk away. A 2-for-1 in Thunder Predator's favor in the end.
It feels really impossible for MNZ to play this game. Like, if you're a Medusa that can't be allowed to get initiated onto, like, how do you play Dota? I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a anti-mage that can't blink. It just doesn't work. Every time they have Chronosphere, he dies, and that his death timer's like 3/4 of the cooldown of the Chrono. So when he comes back to life, he's got 40 seconds of freedom. Then back in he goes.
Definitely Disruptor, like especially with this axe, is one of those heroes. Like, it can become impossible for any hero to play against. You can't rely on that BKB. You've got to set up with the Faceless Void.
Yeah, if you have like a save, it's different, right? You
Yeah.
have like a Shadow Demon or an Oracle or something, but they have no hero that can fix that problem.
They're just walking up, and a couple right clicks after a break, deleting MJZ's Tide.
Radiant's top
It's a good
tower
sniper
is
game
under
if they can't get on him, and at this point, their team fight AOE
top tower.
is so scary that it seems almost impossible for Thunder Predator to maneuver, which not only means Medusa's in trouble, but Sniper can kind of just do his thing. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
As
Yeah.
I say that.
Blink stone gaze. They jump the sniper.
Perfect timing.
Absolutely perfect fight as well. They want the void. They'll get him once. Can they kill him a second time?
He has BKB, so they
Yep.
shouldn't be able to
There's
change.
a Ravage. They get him on the respawn. The right-click damage is not going to be enough as he goes for the TP out. It's not going to be that close in the
I
end.
didn't know it worked like that.
If this, yeah, the spike was already there waiting. I thought you could BKB, but maybe not.
There's spells that, like, if they're on the ground, you can't BKB them.
Because he
I feel like-
preemptively
yeah,
did it,
I
maybe?
feel like I have to go into a lobby. Because if you were right next to him, that wouldn't work. But if you, like, cast it from... He did it from, like, 600 units away with the Ravage already going. Man, I've seen some interesting interactions today that I did not know. I definitely have to confirm that one, but it looked like Nico... I can't imagine Nico Baby would not have BKB'd on purpose. Like, it's pretty easy to just push the button, and when you respawn, you use it. Okay, so... sure, yeah, let's watch that replay again just to see, out of curiosity, exactly what happened there. So right as I told them that Sniper is pretty free to do whatever he wants, there he goes.
I mean, you mentioned how important this blink is, just being able to get on top of the sniper and make Medusa's matchup playable. But here's the Ravage pre-cast, so
It did not look like he could cast anything
Yeah.
there. Huh.
but without
He's got the value salve in his inventory there, too. That's value.
we got back to it. Alliance is smoked up before the sniper even respawns. They are making their move out onto the map.
Yeah, he'll be able to connect, I imagine. He's going to show himself on the mid-wave, makes it a little more sneaky.
They scan. Nearby is Frank's Centaur, but they don't want to jump on him, it seems.
Oh, the glimpse.
They get him alone. They'll more than happily take it. There's a Static Storm as well being committed in. Nico Baby should have more than enough right-click damage to finish off the kill. Dead for 2 minutes.
That's a pretty huge kill, but he does have buyback. I just still don't know how Medusa plays Dota here. It looks like he has a ninja gear, which is probably the best neutral item for him because as he's maneuvering around the map, he just has to not be seen, right? Because he gets glimpsed. So the
Dire's
smoke
top
active from
tower
that is
is
quite
under
nice.
attack.
By the way, if you guys haven't played Dota in a while, welcome to all the neutral items. I'm sure you're enjoying it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, probably a lot of people who tune in for TI but aren't watching all year round. We welcome you back. Dota's changed a little bit.
Just tad.
Yeah.
There's this whole new item slot to the right of their inventory. If you guys didn't notice, it has items that drop from the neutrals. It's little prizes inside, like your Cracker Jacks boxes.
We get 5 couriers now. We realize that's something that didn't exist at last TI.
Did it not exist at TI9?
I don't believe so, because I think some of the
believe
stats
it.
we're getting that all the couriers killed per game records were being set here because there's
Oh.
so many couriers to kill. But hold that thought. Once again, it's moves on the edge, gets pushed away, kept alive. Okay, so this time
Radiant structures.
using himself as a little bit of bait, but not able to kind of set anything up in terms of a turnaround goes. And Alliance is poking away. We'll take this bottom. Nearly racks.
Radiant's bottom is falling.
Will mid lane be any different? They're doing this without an Aegis. There's a potential Roshan respawn in the next 3 minutes. But Alliance is happy to play their hand and put themselves on the front foot.
Seems like pretty smooth sailing for Alliance. I think it's a game that's in their control. I don't want to say smooth sailing. I think if Thunder Predator wins a fight, it's going to require somebody on Alliance to drop the ball. I don't think both teams executing properly would ever go in favor of Thunder Predator because they just have so many tools on the side of Alliance. And they have BKBs, they have Scepter Disruptor. So you manage to catch this Medusa for just a split second, he will die. On the other hand, you have to like perfectly chain stun the Void in order to kill him.
It feels like the tools that Thunder Predator have is just, let's hope Medusa carries us. I guess Lena's getting up there too now, level 25 with the Silver Edge.
Looks like he's got MKB or Daedalus. Let's see, what's on his courier? He's
Ooh,
trying to
almost
ninja
died.
it over here. This is important stuff. If they kill his MKB, that's game-changing. They're hunting for it. Will he run it through the creep wave? I've done this. Oh, they're gone. Time to go.
I wonder if that's how it got low to begin with.
He's gonna play it safe.
Yep.
This is something that actually happens more than I feel like it used to, where you can't get your item. Teams are, I think, valuing this a bit. It's part of the reason why holding the triangle goes up in value a lot. It's because they can't get new items. A lot of late game items, like game changers, have a demon edge or something.
Ooh, extra large chronosphere. Ravage on the backlines here, perhaps stopping any kind of follow-up like a static storm. Instead, S4 gets the defensive static storm placed on himself, and Tide is going to melt to some right clicks, but there's not much more follow-up beyond that. Blink, Echo Slam, S4 gets the Medusa, does have buyback. Lena trying to do what she can. As Leo style absolutely destroys the Void and Shaker. The TP out from the ET gets him back home, and Thunder Predator have held their high ground with a couple of buybacks. It's an expensive one, but does feel
Roche is up.
essential. This is like deja vu. Alliance, you know, having control, and then the one fight Thunder Predator wins secures them Roshan.
However,
Well,
the last one
yeah,
kind of
no.
baited them into giving away Roshan.
Yeah, they could have gotten it, but
I know what
backed
you mean.
out. Yeah.
See if we find ourselves getting a further case of deja vu here.
Yep. Roche number 3 with a refresher shot. That would be nice on a few of these heroes.
It's pretty impossible to Roche through Shrapnel ET Spirit. That's pretty annoying.
Sniper's now hit his level 25, getting that extra attack range.
He definitely needed that, yeah.
Getting the plus 125, so attack range all over the place. Got a bunch of snipers in this game.
Smoked up on Thunder Predator. The time is now. Even if Void buys back, he does not have Chronosphere, so wins are going to get better.
Frank blinks in with the Stampede, but now Stampede is on cooldown, but still no Void for 20 seconds. We'll see if he wants to buy back for this one. The ET just gets deleted to start the fight.
Laguna's the E on this, so he takes literally 0 damage.
And Frank's being pulled back in. Doing some decent return damage here as Limp gets pushed back on the run. Centaur stays alive through it all, and Hansky instead going to be the one to go down here. Nicely played by Thunder Predator. Just pick at them, poke at them, and just slowly get these kills.
I don't think they're going to be able to do this rush.
Yeah, just the disruptor buyback for now, but
Chrono's up in 10. Maybe they've actually kept the exact timer. In which case, if they have, that's quite good recording.
they do manage to finish it off. They pop the Stone Gaze for safety. Now they get a Blink Hoof Stomp. Can they catch this Void? That would be a huge kill, and they can.
No buyback!
What?
The extra gold lost
Oh,
from death
no.
makes him not have buyback this time. He had it last time. How short is he? How short is he? He is 77
Ravage.
gold short.
Limp BKBs it. They're going to take out Hanskin, and now blinking on top of the sniper. Gets the BKB TP out.
S4 has to go on a mission to pick up a bounty room.
Oh, the Void's got buyback now.
He must have picked up a bounty room.
Yeah.
He did. He picked up an enemy bounty room. Big play by S4. Yes, 117 gold from the bounty room.
A disastrous fight for Alliance. Things just not going their way. I mean, they have gone their way at times. It's just been a very back and forth roller coaster of a game. 47 minutes in, approaching, as Thunder Predator deciding maybe now is their time to go higher ground. At least they want to test the waters, but as we've seen with Alliance, that can come at very heavy price. There's sharks in these waters, and they do not hesitate to bite, as Alliance will tell you with their voice lines.
And they may not drown as bad as Alliance did because they've got Medusa and Tide, very fishy heroes.
That's true.
More accustomed to the depths of the ocean. Or whatever the water is in this case.
Let's hope they're not prey.
We could go so far with this.
Yeah.
We could just keep going. Leo Styles rich. He's saving up for his
Indeed,
retirement.
they just took out Medusa's Aegis. They're looking to kill Medusa a second time, but pops the Stone Gaze just to stay alive. Trades an Aegis for F&G's life. I think Alliance would be pretty pleased with that outcome.
Yeah, the ET standing next to you does indeed make him have 0 armor. He goes from a whopping 35, which is 70% physical damage reduction, to 0, which is 0% damage reduction. So
I think I'd rather the 35.
I would rather the 35 as well.
Sounds
yeah,
pretty good.
The quick maths I
Yep.
did in my head. That is why he got pretty much half of his HP on Medusa taken away by an enchant totem. That was pretty insane damage.
Tied in the front lines. has a refresher shard, but Alliance want nothing to do with this part of the map. They are playing down bottom, trying to keep things pushed out, and playing keep away for the time being.
If he catches Nico Baby with that refresher shard.
Yep.
He still has buyback, I guess, because he never bought back, even though it felt like he did.
Take a look at some of the buybacks here. Sniper, Lena, Enchantress, and Tide. So, slight, perhaps, advantage going Alliance's way there with the two main cores. As
Satanic's done on Lena, so unless Leo Style gets chronoed, he'll probably be able to survive. I guess Disruptor ulti prevents him from popping it, but if he even pops it preemptively and then gets Disruptor ulti, he probably lives. Him and Z, still no BKB. This guy's got balls of steel, as I would have bought BKB like 3 items ago, because I don't trust myself to not die.
I feel like he maybe just feels like he can't use items. He's getting caught in either Chrono or Static Storm, and just not maybe getting a chance to use the items, but...
It's just scary because sometimes you have to buy the BKB even if you expect to get chronoed because the chrono gets followed up by the Static Storm.
Well, often when they start the fights, he's blinking in just on top of enemy heroes, so he could just blink in and insta BKB before they use a spell.
Yeah, it's true. But I guess if he's like blink ulted, he doesn't really care after that point. Like,
Okay.
you kind of pop your BKB to blink ult, I guess. So
Yeah. He wants to tank the spells.
yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
And scan.
Okay.
Trouble. Blink forward. Okay. Blinks away after the Aeon Disc. Not bad.
Cool item. I'm very glad they nerfed the crap out of Eon Disc because that was something that was very regular last patch. You know, before they nerfed it, they made it so it has a scaling cooldown similar to BKB, but instead of the duration going down, it's the cooldown going up.
Dire's middle
So
tower is under
at least he has to wait, you know, an extra 40 seconds now for that Eon Disc to
Radiant
come off cooldown.
structures are fortified.
Not waiting for it. Alliance kind of grouping up and thinking about forcing something, but
Tide's looking.
yeah.
MJZ on the prowl.
A little on his own lonesome self here, but
He's got the ninja gear, so he can get good information without being seen by any wards.
Yep.
I like his pathing. He's like skirting the range to make sure his smoke doesn't break. He's gonna get the D ward. Nice, very nice. That's a really crucial D ward because usually they would see him coming and then be able to like, oh, don't let him do that. But because of the ninja gear coming into play. Oh, he's
What do
going
we-
for the Wind Waker on Moose.
ooh.
Okay, is Nico Baby queuing up the Nullifier by any chance? No, he's not. So that Wind Waker, that could be a game changer. The Wind Waker is an upgraded Yule Scepter, people, that allows you to Yule's your teammates. It is Han all over again.
See the graphs just approaching back to even, less than 1k gold separating the two teams. The odds ever so slightly favoring Alliance. What big event are we looking for? That what breaks one of these kind of stalemate games?
Yeah, I feel like somebody's kind of just got to go for it. It's probably going to be Roche. Usually in these games where it's like, okay, nothing's motivating us enough to change our lifestyle, but Roche. Oh, Mim and Z.
Bloom's back.
Nice ulti. He had
Yeah.
to do that. That was really good.
Well, the Saxon kicked in. And there's
Oh.
gonna be Stampede to the side. Follow up. Blink. Ravage. Oh no. They can't lose the sniper. There's a second Ravage. They take him out.
He has buyback.
Is he going to commit? He's probably going to need to if there's a high ground defense. They've
No
lost the
buyback
Shaker
on
as
Shaker.
well. They want more. FNG. There's an inst. Oh, he gets out.
Okay, Shaker
One
now
or
has
two right
buyback.
clicks wasn't going to be enough, and yet he just barely gets it. Must have been just a few gold short, or they
Dire's middle tower.
picked something up.
Dire's middle tower.
To the high ground we go. Well, give up this melee racks uncontested. They'll give this full mid lane uncontested, you're going to imagine. Nico Baby still has Chronosphere. So the play call here is going to be thinking this is such a tough situation. They're going to buy back the sniper. They want this MNZ. Medusa and Thunder Predator may just have to leave MNZ to the
He's
wolves.
just dead.
Assassinate gets blinked, disjointed.
Ooh, Lena's queuing up the Abyssal Blade. They have no disruptor to catch him, but that Earthshaker Shard paying some sick dividends. It allows his Fissure to serve as his body in regards to his Aftershock. Your Aftershock will proc on all of your spells if anybody hits near the Fissure. So that allowed them to catch Leo style there. Maybe it's, I don't know. What do you think about telling people what every shard does while you see it?
Oh, you mean
Do you think it's a good idea?
like as a caster?
Yeah.
So I'm mixed. I mean, obviously there's so many, and I don't think, as casters, we're not going to remember them all.
Okay.
As viewers, you don't. I mean, maybe we do. Some of us do.
What if I have like a serious issue that I can't really solve that I just always remember shit like that? Like it's not like I'm not like bragging about it.
No,
Like
no,
it's
no.
not like a good thing, you know. It's like useless knowledge to just know random shards.
Useless knowledge. It seems pretty useful for your job, I'd say.
I guess
Directly applicable here.
fair enough.
No, no, I think it's fine, especially in game states like these where it's like that kind of stalemate and we're waiting for that big moment. But
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps.
That big moment's about to come.
yeah,
Wait no more.
ooh, Nika baby, they want to force this buyback.
No Ravage though.
Not Lena here. Blink of Stomp trying to maybe bait a BKB or something, but they're not biting. There's the Fissure, the totem follow-up. They want this Medusa. The Lena buyback is there. Can they bring him down? Giant Chronosphere catches out the center on the backlines as well. Medusa still holding her ground. Still alive. Still alive. MNZ is gonna be brought down. Nico Baby jumps in without buyback now. Medusa is gonna have to watch her teammates defend. Nico Baby,
Why is Leo style not hitting Nico Baby?
he went for the sniper instead. Okay, it works out. Now a two-man hoof stop. They're going to bring down Alliance here. S4's in all sorts of trouble. That's the new target here is the Void. He blinks in and not focusing Nico Baby's going to be his undoing. He had every chance to burst down the Lena, but instead went for the sniper. There were just too many targets, and Nico Baby takes advantage of this.
That was almost a game-saving Wind Waker by Moose during that chrono because he kept MNZ alive.
And now Nico Baby, just with some supports to deal with. I think he knows there's nothing that can stop him from winning this game. He backs off, goes to the tier 4 towers. Heartbreaking moment for Thunder Predator, but that's the win Alliance have been waiting for. They started today 0-4, and they've got themselves their first win. Assuming Nico Baby can clutch this one here at the end. There's not much left in the tank for Thunder Predator.
Yeah, clean game.
One last S4 spray. That I had the same reaction as you. I saw this Void who was stunned, and Lena,
He would have killed him. He would have killed him.
but then he switched target to the sniper, who theoretically is dishing out more damage than the Void.
He also
so-
has no buyback, I think, is what they're thinking.
Oh yeah, kill the sniper. Has
Kill
no
the
buyback.
sniper has
Yeah,
no
yeah.
buyback. But the thing is like, I think sniper without Void is less scary than Void without sniper.
Yeah, the
Right.
Void can still go
Be
in and out, heal
strong.
himself. Yeah, be
Yeah.
be unkillable if you can't stun him because. Oh, crazy last fight there.
That was a game.
Yeah,
You
that
know, if
was
we were counting
wild.
3-2-2s, I'm sure Chow was. We were definitely in the thousands at that point if we add them all together. But
Yeah.
it was fun. I liked that game. It's one of those games where it's so easy to mess up because of how much punish both sides have that you're bound to see some mess ups, and that's what makes it fun.
Fun game of Dota. And, you know, we're approaching that end of day one. Things started a little bit late. So there's probably a bit of, fatigue setting in. This is Alliance's 5th game. They've got a 6th game. That's always part of TI, particularly with the group stage. There's a lot of games. They've got to play theirs. They've got to follow what their opponents are doing to kind of prepare for them. So we'll see if these teams have one more in the tank. They're going to be headed to our final game of day 1 of TI-10 group stages. As are we. We'll see you there. Stick around. And the last game of day 1 here on Stream D has arrived. Alliance taking on Thunder Predator. Alliance got their first win, Brian. They're 1-4, and Thunder Predator 0-3, still looking for their first.
It was a scrappy first win, but win nonetheless. Put it in the W column. That's all that matters at this point.
Yeah, you don't look back. You're looking forward. You're looking for that next win. Doesn't matter how it happened. Alliance still, hope. I mean, day 1, it's 4-day groups. They can easily still make upper bracket.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the beginning of a new, era, I would say for Alliance, then hey, I don't care how you got here. I'm ready. That was comfort zone picks. I'm a little nervous though, because this is exactly what I saw from them during the DPC, during the major. It feels like when their backs are against a wall, they just fall into comfort. And I didn't honestly like their draft very much. I thought they kind of just picked heroes they were familiar with and just said, let's roll with it, and we'll have a rough landing stage, but we'll make it work. And I just don't think that will get you far in the tournament, to be honest. So I'd like to see Alliance be able to do it with more responsive picks. I hate to say that, but I don't think
10 seconds remaining.
like a lot of teams do their own thing where they prioritize their comfort
5
over
seconds remaining.
necessarily like the perfect
Thunder
strategical play.
Predators, turn
But I think there has to be some sort of balance, and I do think Alliance has gone a little bit too far in the direction of comfort. So that's something they've done all season, though. So I don't think it's going to change now.
Well, they're going to start things off with a monkey. Is this a comfort area for them, would you say? Or is this just
I
picking to
haven't
the
really
meta?
seen it that much. I think it's definitely just a
10
meta
seconds
pick.
remaining.
It's definitely just a really strong hero. I imagine
5
it'll be played
seconds
4.
remaining.
That's where it's usually getting played, especially when it's picked this early.
Thunder Predators, turn to pick.
Ooh. I was going to say I haven't seen much Phoenix, but I think I was peeping at some of the other games. IG 2ODG, I think they had Phoenix in one or both of the games. Doing some Phoenix Mars, Doing
Classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Some things just never change. Heroes' abilities go really well together.
And especially when you're at TI, the main stage,
5
that sometimes
seconds
it's like,
remaining.
yeah, this hero's been nerfed, and yep, everyone stopped picking it, but the combo,
Alliances, turn
it's a
It
combo
doesn't
for a
matter.
reason, yeah.
Arena protects the egg, period.
I feel like Thunder Predator, during that break, like, just looked at some other drafts going on, or probably, Fear,
What
their
have we
coach.
done before, and what are people doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's Fear's job as a coach, is to kind of keep an eye on these other games and drafts, and he sees, hey, Phoenix Mars is good, IG's beating
10
EG with it,
seconds remaining.
we know how to play Phoenix Mars, let's do it.
No,
5
absolutely. The
seconds
nice thing
remaining.
about it is not only is it a good combo, but in theory it's nice against Monkey King, because the arena destroys trees, and also the egg destroys trees, and also the fire spirits are quite annoying. Any damage over time that prevents Monkey from jumping around.
Yep.
But the problem is now what they did to Monkey King was they made the jump aspect of going from the ground to the tree having a much lower cast point. So oftentimes in the past, you would jump down onto a creep wave, and then somebody would throw a damage over time spell on you, and you would try to jump away, and it wouldn't work because the damage would tick. But now, pretty much all damage over time doesn't tick in time to stop the Monkey King from jumping back up. So what we're seeing a lot of is just support Monkey Kings with no boots, maxing out Primal Spring, which is a wave-clearing ability, and then having a stun from
10
Fog and a
seconds
decent
remaining.
team-fighting ultimate that, they build Orb of Corrosion, Mage Slayer,
5
items like this
seconds
that are
remaining.
pretty cheap on-hit effects, and they're just turning themselves into a team fight utility. And in lane, it's also quite scary for most carries. So that's why you're seeing it. That's my TLDR of Monkey King.
No.
But it's pretty long, actually.
Probably the
Thunder
player
Predators,
whose stream I
turn
watched
to
some of the most is
ban.
Crit, and he was playing quite a bit of Monkey King 4 before he left for TI Bootcamp. And I think one of the things he talked about with the hero was he feels like it's a very high skill cap hero to master because there's so many different item builds you can go depending on the game and how things are playing out. So
Yeah, he's
10
also
seconds
a
remaining.
feast or famine hero in regards to his abilities. I say like
5
snowballing
seconds
heroes that either take
remaining.
over the game or they don't. Monkey King's abilities are either incredibly powerful or incredibly useless when you cast them. You barely miss the Boundless. You try to get 2 heroes, you hit 0. Your Wukong's either is on top of 2 heroes that are stunned, or people just walk away.
Turn to ban.
It's very much hit or miss.
well, they pair it with the Snapfire, also perhaps Snapfire being picked up as a response.
Thunder Predators,
Obviously,
turn
yep.
to ban.
Egg killing. What? You can
Not
cookie out of the
reliable,
arena, right?
You can after, I believe, you run into the wall. Maybe not, though, because you do jump up in the Z-axis. We always forget there's a z-axis in Dota, but in the wall case, it's very relevant. I think the Snapfire is nice against Phoenix in theory, but the wall does prevent ranged attacks. So unless the
Alliances turn to
Snapfire is
ban.
inside of the arena, he still won't be able to kill the egg.
We remember it. You forget the Z-axis. Every time I get an uphill miss, I'm like, that damn freaking Z.
Well, yeah, I guess in that regard, yes. But when it comes to like interaction of arena
Yeah.
and
Or
like-
like the toss cold feet one. we were talking
Yeah.
about before.
yeah, there's just random crap.
5
Like even
seconds
Slark
remaining.
Pounce, when you leash somebody and then you spear them out, they don't interact with objects. So you can't spear somebody to arena if they've been leashed by Slark. It's really awkward. Like there's just so many random interactions like that where it's like, okay, just remember them all and you'll know what to do. I've seen that bug reported on Reddit at least 50 times. And I'm like, yes,
means
it
it's
still
not-
exists that time.
That just means it's not a bug anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's been around for like 3 years, and they haven't,
Yeah.
quote unquote, fixed it. So, of course, the
Thunder
tiny
Predators
toss
turn
thing,
to ban.
the
buyback one?
buyback toss, yeah, that was around forever, and finally got fixed.
I mean, I would argue it wasn't a bug, though. It had been around forever. It happened so many times.
It was a
They
mechanic.
decided it was, a mechanic in the game, but then they decided it was a mechanic they no longer
Just like
wanted.
fountain hooking, it's like
Yeah, I don't think
the
those
niche
things,
situations where it applies
10
is not
seconds
good.
remaining.
Yeah. they don't. It doesn't maybe immediately get
5
addressed because they
seconds
say,
remaining.
it doesn't happen enough, or it's not that big a deal.
If Quincy Crew had not gotten top 6 at the Animajor, it would have arguably got them to TI. The toss bug.
Yeah.
Because they beat EG in the third game, deciding game
Mhm.
of the DPC in order to, or by the Medusa dying with a rapier, getting tossed, and then landing on her own rapier and picking it up.
Predators
Yeah,
turn
that
to
was how they
pick.
got first
Alliances
place.
turn to pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dota's a cool game sometimes.
But it's funny because like the buyback. Imagine if he just died back because of it. So you're literally either
Oh,
way.
yeah, it's absolutely a mechanic that can screw you
Yeah.
as much as it helps you, but that
usually it's more that one.
usually it's more detrimental than helpful. But
Yeah.
in the
10
case of picking up
seconds
your own
remaining.
rapier, if you thought it was intentional, by the way, you can go back and watch it.
5
Yawar
seconds
was
remaining.
in a state of panic when he landed. He's like, "Where am I?"
Yeah, what's the player perspective? It's just
Yeah, he definitely did not plan it. But Queen of Pain, I like her against Monkey King. Another damage over time spell that makes it difficult for him to maneuver. You can push him off the trees. It doesn't stun him, but the ultimate does push him off the trees, Monkey King. It's very relevant in the case that the reason why I'm mentioning so much about his tree interaction is because support Monkey Kings, they don't buy boots. And they spend almost the entirety of their existence on trees.
Yeah.
So everything you pick against it has to be predicated around interactions with trees.
feels like it's become such a good like vision hero too. You just kind of bounce around, you scout stuff out. Who needs wards when you have a Monkey King? He'll go scout some high grounds for you even.
Yeah, and as a core, it's dangerous, right? Because you get picked off.
Yeah.
But as
They've
a
got some
support,
cliff ward or
it's
something.
like, okay, you guys told me you had a cliff ward. I'll get that one once you guys leave that area.
Yeah. You're pulling the Schofield.
Alliances turn to pick.
It'll take me as many tries as I need. How have I not seen a Schofield Monkey King yet, actually? That would fit his
Yeah.
player profile perfectly.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
It feels like Thunder Predator, I mean, I've taken a page from the tournament meta book. Well, there's no clear meta yet, but at least they're seeing what some of these other
10
teams are doing. I've seen a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
mid-quops from some of the
There's a
Chinese
summary.
teams.
There's a summary being created so far,
Yeah.
or an
5
outline, I guess you could say.
seconds remaining.
And some of it is let's bring back the old meta, obviously, with Mars Phoenix, as we kind of
Thunder
mentioned. But
Predators turn to pick.
it's a new look from Thunder Predator.
Okay. So this is a... Ember is really nice against Mars. It's very difficult to spear him. I was going to say that Mars can respond by going Yules. The item's been nerfed a lot, but Mars doesn't particularly
10
hate buying
seconds
Yules.
remaining.
And the Legion Commander makes that more appealing. When the Legion
5
duels somebody, you
seconds
just
remaining.
Yules the Legion. But the Snapfire will at least offer some follow-up damage to the Legion. It's nice to have like a Snapfire, a Skywrath Mage, just some hero that dumps their spell on top of the duel so that you can reliably secure those early duel damage and overall just kills. But Thunder Predator, what's their play? They need an independent carry. I mean, I'm feeling like Weaver here. Surprisingly ignored so far in this draft. They don't have any hard lockdown until the blink from Legion, and Weaver has no problem just rushing Lincoln Sphere. It's been somewhat of a meta build. And you have a Phoenix, I guess 4. I guess you could pick your 5 here. If you want to pick like a save 5, you could pick like a Shadow.
I don't know if it really fits, but I feel like it'd be a sick Batrider game if they want to put like Quap support.
Oh, against Legion though?
Yeah, maybe not so good. But I mean, I see like the Monkey King, the lane mid against the Ember, but
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
why they picked Legion, actually. Because
True.
of what you just said, it's probably
worry about a
such a
Batrider.
sick Batrider game that they had to kind
Yeah.
of block it a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to fit in because I mean, we've seen some teams, especially some of the players leading up, playing that support Quap, but
Alliances turn to ban.
So they do make it a 5 Phoenix. Interesting.
yes. And Moo's Earth Spirit, that is kind of his signature hero, one of his specialties.
It's nice to have slightly unreliable stuns against Legion, like
10
Ice Path,
seconds remaining.
or in this case, Earth Spirit, just because she is going to stand still
5
for you.
seconds remaining.
So it's quite scary to duel with that threat behind. So
Thunder
even
Predators
though
turn to ban.
I guess it blocks the Batrider, which is definitely worth considering. You can absolutely lose a draft to a Batrider. It feels like a really awkward game
Alliances
to
turn
duel.
to ban.
So I think the Legion's going to predominantly be a press the attack as a save and a buff to whatever carry. So I really need to emphasize that this carry for Nico Baby has to fit the profile, as
Yeah.
I guess they're assuming it could be
10
a carry
seconds
Monkey King.
remaining.
On the side of Thunder Predator, they did just pick a dual melee offlane
5
into it.
seconds remaining.
So we've seen a lot of Monkey Kings go for because they pick it early and then the other team counters it. But
Thunder Predators
to be frank,
turn
since they
to ban.
picked the Legion to like remove Quap Dagger and stuff, it is a pretty solid carry Monkey King game, all things considered, given the fact that it's against 2 melee
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah, usually it's like you first pick a hero like Monkey, and if it's a core, you're counter picking it, but the assumption is that
It's
it's
going
simply,
support.
so you
10
just kind of ignore it and
seconds
draft
remaining.
to your own strengths, which is, Thunder Predator's like, well, we want Mars Phoenix, we want to Quap.
5 seconds
And suddenly, yeah,
remaining.
okay, yeah, Monkey can be a carry. Nico Baby plays a good Monkey Kick.
He does. It definitely fits his
Alliances turn to
go
pick.
the hell in little type of heroes.
Yep.
Morphling, Faceless Void, Wraith King.
So ban a support, ban a carry. That shows the flexibility with Alliance's last pick here.
Yeah, it's the power of the Monkey King opening, why it's getting picked by almost every team in the first round. It's just
10
so
Thunder Predators turn
open.
to pick.
That is a very good pick.
Yeah.
I am feeling so hard like a razor right now for Thunder Predator. I am just feeling it.
It feels like they need to address this lifestealer because, yeah, Mars Phoenix don't have the good answers there.
10 seconds remaining.
Quap, you can kind of kite around and play around the lifesteal, but you don't
5
super hard threaten
seconds
him.
remaining.
Yeah, they might go PA. It's either Razor or PA that I like a lot here.
Okay.
You just want a hero that's meant to win
Yeah.
a right-click battle if you go on him. And Razor will need the link, but he shuts down Lifestealer really hard. PA is a hero you don't exactly feel comfortable dueling. And they have some good mid-game damage. That's usually what PA lacks. The mid-game team fights, they have a lot of that.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised by a PA either.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Only a few seconds remain, and it is going to be the Razor. Brian, you're right in Fear's head.
Very juicy
Yeah.
Razor game.
Yeah. MNZ. Going to be seeing if he can duplicate. So Arteezy Razor do early. I don't know if there's been many other Razors. I've seen some Razor bans.
Yeah, Razor is not exactly popular in the meta, but he's definitely a strong enough hero to pick him when he's good.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a very good Razor game. 1-to-1, he's probably the best game ruiner for Lifestealer. Like, as a Lifestealer player, if you're feeling like, man, this is the perfect Lifestealer game, and then you see Razor and you're like, okay, this is no longer a good Lifestealer game at all. But that means that the job of the rest of Alliance is, let's just grief this Razor. Let's just make sure he does not link our Lifestealer. I want to see like 1 or 2 early force stabs.
Yeah.
I want to see Limp go in and have his sole focus be disrupt the Razor's ability to link. Because if they do that, Nico Baby has a free game. So it's a matter of who's going to grief the guy griefing the other guy.
Yeah.
A lot of that. That's kind of what Razor does.
So you're leaning a bit towards Alliance, then the Predator. You think? What are you thinking?
Man. I'm going to go with Thunder Predator for this game.
Okay.
I think there's just no team fight on Alliance. The only team fight they have is the supports, and they're kind of like unreliable team fight, if that makes sense.
And we saw game 1, like this long, kind of crazy, chaotic game, and it was the superior team fight that ultimately prevailed, which in that case was an Alliance, so...
I think we're going to not have a perfectly played game on either side, and we're going to end up having both teams pushing all of their buttons, and which team's buttons pressing, kind of like last game, wins, and I think that'll be Thunder Predator. They've got the classic Mars Phoenix. Lifestealer is nice in theory, but if he's like hitting the egg and getting full duration linked, that does not feel good. One of the few spells that you can't avoid with Infest. You'll still lose all the damage while you're infested, and when you come out, you still have no damage. And I don't know how it works, because Razor now is forced to attack the target he's linking. So if you link the Lifestealer and he's infested, I think you just attack the target he's infested into. But I'm actually not. I'm not actually sure. I'm looking at these predictions now, because it's we are paused. So
That's
it's
true.
last player to be killed.
Oh, what?
Who's going to
Which
be the
carry?
last one?
So
it's the losing carry, I think, right? Like
the
he's going to.
winning
I think it's the losing carry. I think it's Nico Baby.
Oh,
Well,
last player to be killed, like, before the
Yeah.
game ends. Oh, I thought it meant,
Yeah.
like, last player to die once.
No. Oh wait,
It's unclear.
that is
Gonna
okay. Petition to whoever writes these predictions. That is unclear.
Is it the last player to be killed before the,
like
the
a
throwing
single
dies?
time?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'm
is
not sure.
that's a very good question. I actually didn't even consider it, but right when you said it, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I could see how you interpret
Well,
it. That
when
way.
you said it, I was like, oh, no, I don't
Team who places the most observer wards.
50-50 surely,
I
right?
feel like they're both going to place the max amount of observer wards. So it's going to be like 25 to 24 or something, you know? Will there be a teleport canceled by stun by 10 minutes? Monkey King will snipe somebody, so I'm going to go with yes.
Oh, no.
Man, that's brutal. You got Monkey King Earth Spirit 4 positions? You don't think anybody's going to get canceled?
Pre 10 minutes? Who's TPing and you're dying and TPing from Fountain, right? Sure. I don't know.
I never die. Okay, player with highest total magic or pure damage done by 10. We'll go with Queen of Pain, because he's going to throw some daggers out.
By 10, yeah. Unless it's... No, it's not going to be FG. I'll copy that.
It has to be a mid
It's
laner,
the last
right?
player to be... I'm so lost on this first one.
Yeah, I feel like
What do I
Nico
do?
Baby's a safe bet on either way we're interpreting this. Because
That's
Lifestealer's
true.
a pretty hard hero to kill, and then also if they're, I predicted a Thunder Predator
Yeah,
win, so
I feel like Razor's a hero that even like you may overstep your lane or something and
yeah,
die, so,
Razor, you usually have the
Yeah.
one like I'm a raid boss, I never die death
Yeah.
at like 9 minutes.
All right. You guys at home, get your predictions in. Follow all the Dota 2 socials as well on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever else it may be. And yeah, continue enjoying TI. It's been a few years. We finally got TI back. It's exciting times. Obviously under unusual circumstances, but it's great that we are able to have the event, get all the teams together. We get to be here and witness the best Dota in the world.
That is what the group stage is all about, is overdosing on the best Dota in the world, because you get the 4 games at a time all day.
Yeah.
You can't ingest this much Dota safely. But it's for your own good, guys. It's for your own good.
Well, we thought it was the genius move, getting the S4 spray, but it did not end up paying off in game 1.
I think it helped. It may not have made it tip in their favor in the end, but it did help. I have to imagine there's like you can mute voice lines, right? So
30
like
seconds
if
to
you're
battle.
really annoyed with the enemy team spamming voice lines, but you can't mute sprays. That's the trick.
Courier? I've never seen this courier before.
That's a very old courier, like very old.
How do I get out of the interactive mode? There we go. There we go.
That was one of the first couriers to get released into auto chess, and that's how I recognize it.
I see. That's one of the fun things about having the 5 couriers. You get to see all the different couriers each game.
My favorite part about playing Monkey King is you just turn into some random courier. And you get to role play if you're like really bored. You know, you've had a really rough day of pubs, and I remember I was like a cat with a ball, and I was just meowing. My teammates were like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I've lost 5 games in a row."
Things are getting a bit crazy here.
Yeah, you've dropped all sanity at this point.
That's what EU pubs do to you. That's what I'm
True.
hearing.
Dota is a healthy for the mind kind of game, you know? Team who placed the most observer wards updated. Alliance. Okay, make sure you guys keep up with your predictions. Oh, F&G getting an... Oh, the deny.
Nice. He's ready for it.
How did they know? God, you have to pay so close attention in the pregame. Like, what happened that he knew that ward was there?
I think he probably just saw him running through.
And he assumed that F&G then saw him place the ward, so he put a sentry, but instead it was just, like you said, F&G probably just saw him walk through. A lot of mind games.
That's something, yeah, the coaches and analysts, a lot of these teams will be looking through with a fine comb, the ward position, see if there's patterns, see if they're repeating ward spots.
People are absolutely lazy and just place similar wards, you know. People, they have strategies they fall back on where they're going to do it pretty consistently. I call it laziness, but at the end of the day, like, if you find a spot that you find really useful, you'll probably place it multiple times.
Yeah. Even more so in pubs. Like when I'm queuing support, like 5 games in a row, I'll just plant the exact same starting board.
Nobody's scouting you, so
Yeah.
you're good. Me either. So.
And even if you're versing the same people in the other teams, like they're not gonna. Even if they know my ward spots, they're not gonna bother.
They didn't watch the replay.
Yeah. Nice. Static Link taking some damage up top. S4. He's the one who has to deal with the Razor. Obviously, great lane for Razor. But S4 so far holding his own, getting some good CS here.
Yeah, it's interesting. F&G came top because he's a ranged hero against Razor. You don't want 2 melees. And then because of that, Moose didn't want to be a melee hero against Monkey King. So we've got the 4 positions in the safe lane on both sides.
Yep.
Gotta love Dota.
It's the era of flexibility when it comes to heroes in different roles, players swapping to different lanes.
Roles and lanes are fluid. It's 2021.
Yep.
Don't assume they're role or lane.
Well, can't assume how these lanes are going to go. What we're seeing is Alliance. All 3 lanes, at least so far, starting off pretty. Not sure how this... I haven't been keeping a close eye on this Colt versus Ember, but Limp, one of those very mechanical players, and there are those plays you can make against the dagger to dodge it with the sleight of fist.
Yeah, I'm surprised Leo Style put a second point in dagger for that reason.
Yeah.
It is the lane dominating skill even more so than it used to be. They removed a little bit of damage on it, but they made it so that it heals Queen of Pain for every tick. So it's quite the trade in terms of EHP both ways. But a lot of mids now are just ditching lane to go to the small camp. So you saw Limp pretty much give up a wave just to stack that small camp. Leo Style's potentially going to scout it out.
Yep.
Oh, he didn't dodge that time.
Yeah. Right afterwards.
I feel like that was an opportunity. I feel like he could have.
How do you rate Leo Style as far as like the mids of this tournament go?
I would honestly put him around the middle of the pack.
Okay.
I think he's not the most fantastic mechanically in the lane, but I think his map movements are his strong suit.
Oh, by the way, last player to be killed just updated, so I think it will be the last player to die before the game ends.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah.
Yours made sense though.
but yeah, so did yours. But
the only problem with yours is if somebody had 0 deaths, and there would be like if 2 people had 0 deaths, then there would be no answer. Oh, fun little tidbit on Legion Commander. Her passive procs when something attacks you and you issue an attack. And it has a cooldown on it. But if you have it on allies, there's no cooldown. So what you'll see after we have this epic engagement, where I'm sure nobody's going to die because they would not dare interrupt me, is the fact that if you do it on a deny, you can just attack like infinitely. You can just attack your own creep like 9 times and get the deny. So we saw S4 utilizing that trick. It's a fun little thing. You guys can test it out.
yeah, Limp gonna fall back now, start farming his neutrals. Getting a bit more CS going. His comp is approaching that level 6. Do you imagine we see some of these supports rotate towards mid, or is Leo Style thinking more about rotating himself to these sidelines?
Mid's just very farm heavy. I think most side lane rotations are opportunistic. Razor's probably chilling pretty hard top. Like he's fine with the lane as is, but as long as he's getting salved up by Moose. Does Moose have one now?
They went for the kill in S4, but FNG played that really well. He zoned the Razor away, so the plasma field didn't even end up hitting S4.
I like the little shredder build. You'd think the cookie would be nice to like break the link, but he's just making it so Razor can't pursue because he loses all of his armor and attack speed. So even if he's linking you, he doesn't really do any damage anyway.
Nope. Oh, and they get a second kill. MNZ.
That's the lack of the
Minos.
salve. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Since he did that all in engagement with S4, S4 salved up a little bit, and he didn't. It allowed S4 to commit. When you have heroes like Razor that are super strong traders, the only way they struggle is if they're burstable. They're at threat of death, and that's exactly what just happened there.
FNG wants to deny. Oh, he's got it. Oh, that's going to be so frustrating.
Yeah, Moose kind of griefed himself there, right? Because he kicked to slow FNG, but the spirit, or the rock, went through and hit Roche, aggroed Roche, and then got him.
Oh,
That's,
man.
You feel like you've played a lot of Dota, and I've never seen that specific outcome before.
Yeah. And everything he did made sense. He timed the roll so he could take the rune and everything, and
Yeah, you're never thinking about that, like in the midst of it, right?
like, oh yes, Roche will be there and wake up, and he's going to get the perfect deny on Roche because I woke it up.
Yeah, he's a master tier of spirit, and I would argue he might have never done that before.
Here comes the rotation towards top. Handskin showing up. I believe they saw this. He's seeing if he can find the Monkey King. Gets the jump down. Is there going to be a cookie here? Just wants to break this link here, but there's a little shredder. They want to keep this Razor low. MNZ has to be very careful here. He's got Tengos. And with the TP rotation from the Phoenix, it looks like they're going to be able to turn this one around, get a couple of kills, and Thunder Predator put themselves on the board with a couple that repel Alliance from this top lane.
Now, it was a sick rotation by MJZ, but at the end of the day, it was a 2-for-1, but S4 got a solo kill. So he's level 7, and Razor's only level 5.
Yeah.
So that is a lane that, in the draft, Razor, you pick him to win the lane. That's not a hero that you're like, you know, it's going to be a good game for Razor against Lifestealer, it's fine. No, the hero's meant to win his lane, as he's now stuck TPing bottom and turning into a support in his own right, because he just filled his bottle.
That's not what you want to see.
He does match up well against Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Lifestealer cannot occupy this lane and farm it, so either Alliance will have to bring 3 or 4 heroes here, or they're going to just swap lanes. That's the 2 choices they have.
Well, they TP S4 down, so I don't imagine they're going to be sharing the farm between these 2 heroes. But they may be looking for a kill here.
It's tough because he probably gets the link off before you duel him.
Yeah.
And Lifestealer alone doesn't really dish out very much damage, so probably just a lane swap after that attempt.
Yeah, unless they had like an Ember TP or something, or maybe if he found himself power in to make a move, but not the case, and there's the lane swap. Nico Baby will TP up top, claim this lane as his own.
Yeah, it's fine to look for an attempt. Maybe MNZ steps out of position slightly, looking to punish. That's fine.
Alliance going to look to make their next move. They smoke up with the 2 supports. They are making their way downtown. Head towards this bottom lane where S4 has had a great start. Is getting poked at, but it really is just that. He tanks a full static link, 48 stolen damage, but he doesn't really feel like he's under any threat unless his arena catches him. And he's going to dodge the spear. S4 nicely sidesteps it. The cookie stun is going to hit Frank as well. The nice 2-hero Boundless Strike. The Jewel is going to be an easy kill onto Moose. I'll get Frank as well. S4 is just wrecking this game. After a bit of a shaky game 1, he is showing up here in game 2.
Razor's game is in a real rough spot if he dies here, and he is going to die.
1 and 4 to start things off here.
I like that move a lot by Alliance because nobody wants to statically lane against Razor. You know, static link, not fun to statically lane against. So your options are usually to treat him like a Doom. Like you either leave the lane or you just go kill him, and that's exactly what they did. They rotated the Lifestealer top, then smoked the supports to bottom, connected Limp there as well. So very smooth transition movements on the map by Alliance.
Feels like, yeah, Alliance is just saying, yeah, this lane stage has ended. Even though Thunder Predator's like, yeah, we can keep laning. Not quite enough damage to bring down Leo style in the mid lane. Or not enough lockdown. But some good pressure, and yeah, Alliance have definitely come out on top of this lane stage with a decent advantage here. But they do lose FNG in the bottom lane.
Frank does have to be a bit... That's something that a lot of Marses will do, but they forget. They don't necessarily forget, but they think, I can land the spear without using God's Rebuke. But the God's Rebuke slows. So if you're worried about missing a target, Legion's very high move speed. One of the fastest heroes in all of Dota. Yep. He could have used the God's Rebuke to make sure he landed that spear. But yeah, overwhelming odds plus phase boots, plus 330 base move speed. She's a race car.
Well, after the good start to the lanes. Alliance just trying to give some dedicated time to their supports, get them their level 6s. The Snapfire the mid lane. Monkey getting close to his. Has the Orb of Corrosion now as Thunder Predator going to make the dive on bottom. Do they want to try and protect S4 here? This time the Spear going to land, but the TP's coming in with the Sunray. Is the damage going to be enough? Yeah, he's very tanky. And it's Limp, the Ember, who shows up. Supernova is there, so I believe they're going to have to get out of range of this one. S4 still alive. The Sonic Wave has to be committed just to get this kill. As Alliance looking to punish this, they'll start with the kill on Moose's Earth Spirit. Can they get more?
It's a huge kill, though.
Yeah.
S4 is #1 net worth in the game.
FNG didn't have a TP himself, otherwise the Mortimer's Kisses could have maybe found a way to turn this around. MJZ could be in some trouble. All the spells on cooldown. We'll have a Sleight of Fist in a couple of seconds. And they will be able to get that kill as he then remnants himself out of there. So Limp having a good game here as well. FNG dies mid, I believe. Yep.
How did he die? Why is he at the tier 1 tower?
Probably just, I don't know, walked up for a little shredder on the tower, I guess.
Yeah. I respect that. Objective gaming.
Yep. Just want to get a bit extra value from the Siege Wagon.
Wouldn't mind if MNZ makes his way back top. Looks like he's content. Oh no, he's making his way. Because you match
On
up
the
so
Razor.
well on Razor against Lifestealer on the map. Like, if you occupy the lane, the Lifestealer has to back off. And he went for a Midas on Nico Baby, so I'd like to see this bit of greed punished in any way possible. And I think Razor's impact, since he had such a rough start, is hampered. But you can still make it so Nico Baby doesn't take that tower, for instance. But giving a Midas Lifestealer a tower, that feels like he's, taking candy from a baby or something like that. That doesn't feel okay.
Yeah. And it does feel like there becomes a point if you keep giving him this free farm where this Lifestealer will just take over the game. And even with this with an underfarm Razor, you cannot stop a Lifestealer's game with static link.
Yeah, there's a critical threshold where if Lifestealer gets far enough ahead, in the duration you're linking him and stealing his damage, he'll kill you. So that is dangerous territory if they get there, especially with the Blade Mail on Legion, because the Razor will end up killing himself. I don't mind rushing Blade Mail on Legion. I think this stage of the game is the most awkward for this hero. You don't want to rush Blink, because you're not like Sand King, where you have like innate farming. If you like miss your first duel, you kind of just fall off and become a support. So people like to go for the Blade Mail first, but you can't really make duels happen because you just have Blade Mail. So it's kind of awkward. You don't really have team fight. You can't initiate. You kind of just farm with a Blade Mail, but it's what the hero seems to have to do.
In some trouble. That Remnant's not moving very fast. He goes charging on in. Doesn't have the damage to bring down Phoenix or force the Supernova.
That's a big kill. 400 gold for mid. They don't really have the best lockdown for Ember at this point. Yes, like Earth Spirit's okay, but it's pretty hard to land your spells on him. So getting that kill, pretty unexpected. Limp's got to be a bit more careful. Thunder Predator sees Hanskin, but you'd kind of have to just like blind Arena and hope for the best, and it's a pretty long cooldown, 90 seconds. Oh, they played the ward.
Almost got him with the rolling ball, and he gets him with the kick.
Nice
Nicely
play.
played. Moose,
Like
yeah.
mid-ward during the roll. That was pretty cool. That's great. That's a master tier spirit for you.
May have to be a little bit careful here. Limp playing aggressive, though last time this kind of bit him in the ass. He's got to be a little bit careful about how aggressive he does play. A lot of Thunder Predator heroes roaming around this area. No Orchid on the Queen of Pain yet, so probably not too much that can actually threaten him.
Orchid used to be an insanely good item versus Lifestealer. It's obviously still nice because you prevent the rage, but a lot of Lifestealers will just go like third item Satanic, which is a Dispel now. And it doesn't feel bad. Like in the past when you had to go like Manta or BKB in order to remove it, but Satanic still gives you 80 damage and a little bit of sustain in fights, so it doesn't feel bad to buy the item, and then Orchid becomes pretty much like non-existent to you.
Lions. Trying to catch Frank here.
Oh, nice play.
Yeah, the Searing Chains into the cookie. Oh, cancels the kisses. Oh no, it was canceled by Moose. Great play from him. He bails his buddy out. Alliance will get the dual kill on a Moose, but Hanskin goes down on the top side of the map, so 1-for-1 trade across the board.
The fact that S4 is able to cash in on some dual damage with no blink yet, that's really nice for him. He's got it now, I think. Queen of Pain has to be careful. He went for the Orchid, which I think is necessary, but anytime S4 is playing off the map, you can't really threaten anybody because he'll just press the attack div and save them. And he can also probably kill you with Blade Mail Duel. I mean, you will die because he's got Brown Boots going Orchid. Very squishy on Queen of Pain. You don't want to have to buy BKB this early on Razor. That feels pretty bad. You usually would want to go like full SNY or just like one more mid-tier item. But because of his start, you definitely have to go for the BKB.
So essential based on what's happened. There's a double damage rune that FNG will
S4
deny.
can save him.
Yeah.
Oh,
S4 saves himself or goes for the kill.
No Blade Mail usage?
Pops it afterwards.
Okay.
Doesn't quite have the damage to bring down Frank, and now he's in some trouble himself.
Okay.
Gets picked off. MNZ charging forward. He's back in the game.
I'm honestly, if I was the Snapfire and I had a really rough day of pubs, I might queue up the report button right there.
The press the attack into no Blade Mail Duel.
Yeah, you just like look at the K to D though, and it's like S4 is clearly having a really good game. So you'd only do it if you're like really tilted, and you just judge him off of one misplay.
That'd be the pub classic where it's like one guy makes a mistake and you flame him for it.
And you
when
just
he's
walk and break your
He's
items.
literally being your team's best player.
I'm sure many people at home can have had nightmares over that exact subject.
Yep. Yeah, not quite the outcome he was hoping for, but still things seem pretty good for Alliance with their 3k gold lead, a free farming Lifestealer who's now, falling back, farming Ancients. Midas Gold in full effect here.
Yeah, the fact that he has gotten past that Midas stage, because without any damage items, this hero hits for literally 0 damage. He's gonna be a terror in the late game, the Lifestealer. I like the Deso build because, as mentioned, you have to hit this threshold of I kill Razor before he sucks enough damage to make me not kill him. So you have to go at least 1 damage item. Some people go like Daedalus or like the Silver Edge. Deso's another option. They have pretty low armor heroes. Mars pretty low armor, Quap pretty low armor. Deso makes sense.
Both teams kind of fishing around, trying to see if they can find any kills. This Thunder Predator just hiding in trees down bottom side of the map, and Gervais will TP out. Not many stuns on this Thunder Predator side. There's another kill. That's the Jewel. 4th Jewel kill of the game. S4 racking up the bonus damage.
He's flexing on him. Didn't even pop Blade Mail there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Who needs it? I've got enough damage between me and my friends.
Preserving his mana.
Yeah. Good point.
Efficiency, yeah.
We're gonna point out at some point during this life where S4 has not gone back to base, he will have 20 enough mana in order to cast the spell he needs to win the fight.
With the Jewel on cooldown, they want to defend this bottom tier 1 tower, and Razor TPing in may be enough to do that, but gotta be a little bit careful about how they approach this fight here. The Supernova kind of far back here. It looks like Alliance going to be able to just disengage with the Arena, going to lock him in place. The Cookie going to push Limp forward a little bit. Has he got an escape plan? They've already lost the Monkey King, but oh boy!
That overwhelming odds!
Overwhelming odds into an Infest Bomb, and the heal onto Limp plus the Infest damage just wrecked Thunder Predator. Team wipe.
Can I get a replay of that overwhelming odds, please? I think that might be the most damage I've ever seen one overwhelming odds do.
That's his only spell, and it was all his damage. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd like to see that overwhelming odds again. That was an overwhelming amount of damage, and I don't think
They just
Thunder Predator was even ready for how odd that damage was.
grouped up perfectly for
Oh my god, that's perfectly targeted.
4. Yeah, all 4 were like right on the edge of it.
All right, let's just do the math. That was 4 heroes. So it's 100 base damage and 120 per hero. So that was a 600 damage nuke
Per hero.
on 4 heroes each.
The math adds up. 2.7k hero damage that fight.
That is a lot
Including
of,
some
lot of
blade mail,
damage.
so, yeah. That was huge from S4.
That was like, that's like a chronosphere that's like perfectly placed. It catches everyone right on the edge. I for a second had to check because there's a talent at level 10 for Legion to take radius on your overwhelming odds, but he didn't actually take that. He just landed it.
His game goes from bad to worse. He dies again, and I believe elsewhere S4 found another Jewel kill. He's up to plus 60. It's Thunder Predator just kind of crumbling here in this last game of the day.
His BKB was being delivered on MNZ as well, so
Oh.
that feels even worse that you went back for a defensive item to prevent that exact death. And it's on its way being delivered to you. And Nico Baby, with this much of a lead, usually on Lifestealer, you don't have the luxury to go Lincoln Sphere because you just don't do enough damage.
Yeah.
But if he rages, he's invincible with that Lincoln Sphere because the Link is the only thing that prevents him from doing what he wants to do. Gives you a little bit of tankiness too, but that Lincoln Sphere effectively represents a lot of damage because he's not going to get linked.
Hanskin has an Orchid on Monkey King, and he's going for
What
a
the
kill.
hell?
The kick out from Moose.
That makes sense, I guess.
I guess this is kind of mentioned like what Crit was saying. Like, you can just go whatever the hell item you want sometimes on this hero. And with this game, with the way it's going, there's a lot of freedom for flexibility when it comes to his item build.
Yeah, I think that first game was the confidence booster that Alliance needed.
S4 blinked on him as Frank blinked in the other way. So S4 doesn't get the jewel on Frank. And we'll see his Snapfire go down. Some quick fingers coming out from the Mars, helping him get away from S4's blink, or just perhaps a bit of luck.
I think that was just coincidental timing. He was trying to go on them, and they were trying to go on him. And then here we are. That was effectively Avenge. Is there Avenge in this game?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah,
It's
check-
late,
check-
you
check
know,
the-
but
check the logs, please.
Alliance continue to put themselves in a good position, though. 10k gold lead, pressing a tier 2 tower. Nico Babies just had an uncontested 3-0-2 game. And the same cannot be said at all for MNZ on the Razor. Really struggling to keep himself in this one.
Yeah, Alliance did a really good job of just collapsing on him early, just bringing like 3 to 4 heroes to his lane consistently. That's exactly what Razor doesn't want. He wants to just have that one guy in front of him, and he links you, makes you go away, takes your farm. But MNZ has not been able to play Dota. Seems like he's a bit outside of his comfort zone. I would say he's much more of a traditional hard carry player. He doesn't strike me as a Razor player. And it's just a situation where, to be honest, it looks like Alliance knows how to handle it better than he knows how to adjust to it. You know what I mean? Like, Alliance has clearly dealt with the last pick Razor before, based on the way they played the game. Because their early rotations were like near flawless. The swapping of lanes into the smoke ganks, that kind of stuff just blows the game wide open.
Even the laning stage itself, the way FNG and S4, they killed Razor like, I think, twice in the first 5 minutes
Yeah,
without dying, so...
that kind of stuff makes the difference. It's just like a little bit more knowledge of a situation. And even if the pick is good, if they handle your counter pick better than you execute it, it ends up being... That's why you can't just pick any hero in Dota. That's the beauty of the game.
Oh, S4 is finding more. Can he kill off the Phoenix? You betcha. Just in time for the duel ends. Oh my gosh, Frank is just melting to limp Ember BKB. He's just charging him with a haste rune.
Oh, the infest save.
Oh, keeps him alive. MNZ's trying to do what he can to finish off the kill, and he will do so, but he's going to pay the price of his
He
life.
died during BKB.
Oh.
That's brutal.
It's a 4-for-1 trade. Limp with a triple kill. His Ember,
That
well
might
and
just be
truly
GG,
online.
Man. These buildings die so fast.
Yeah. And it's at least a lane of racks. We'll see if they want to stick around and play it out.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
They don't have creeps just yet, but I imagine they will make their way here. The problem with Queen of Pain into Legion is not only does she like remove your dagger, which is pretty annoying, but you don't want to buy Lincolns. And at least not early. And you just die to Legion Duel at any point. So it makes it really hard for... Because Queen of Pain a lot of times will dish out damage by virtue of like blinking strategically on top of her targets where they're like forced to run away and she can position herself safely. But against Legion, that's almost impossible.
Dire's
So
middle tower is under
you have like this Razor with a bit of a rough game. He had surprisingly a lot of farm compared to like how it feels like the game's gone for him. But then your Queen of Pain's also going to struggle to dish out damage. He doesn't really feel confident to go in at any point. And I mean, you're also down by 17 games, so.
A lot of things not going right for Thunder Predator. Perhaps a game that they're going to want to forget. There's another duel coming in on the Razor in the front lanes with the kisses. It's another duel victory. 80 damage, even though he dies in the process.
Worth.
So yeah, at this point, he's just going for the bonus damage. His Hanskin on the front lines. Get some help from the Lifestealer, who's just going to clean up the Queen of Pain. Diving in is Limp. He wants more. He wants Frank, and with the help of Nico Baby, he'll get him. That's 4 dead on the Thunder Predator side.
Yeah, just Seems like in the first game it was all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And in this game, it seems like Thunder Predator didn't regroup and Alliance did. That's kind of how I look at this one. This was a really smooth played game by Alliance. Except for that one play by S4, man. The sad reality is when you're in pubs, if you do that one time, that might be enough to get you on an Overwatch case.
It's for it.
But aside from that, he owned this game.
Yeah, he's kind of being the standout player. I mean, Alliance as a team, just everything clicked this game and played together well as a team. But yeah, S4 making up for some of his shortcomings in game one, and right now they are looking to seal the deal here with the second lane of Rex claimed. They want to re-engage.
Yeah, last series we talked about like K1 kind of just looking so good because of his team making so much space. It feels similar for Nico Baby. You know, he got the little bit of space he needed after a slow laning phase. Lifestealer really doesn't need that much time, and now he's just carrying the shit out of the game.
Yep.
Feels pretty good.
Oh,
Exactly what you're going for.
Hurrah.
Still has Aegis.
Phoenix has been scouted here. Hanskin wants to make the go.
Tower has fallen.
Exactly where he is. He's trying to play in the fog pit. Little does he know there's an observer ward right on top of him.
Notice how conservatively Leo Style has to blink. It just feels so bad.
Yep. MNZ gets his BKB off before the Boundless Strike. There's going to be the arena. They will catch the Monkey King, so...
That's just a support.
Yep. And diving in they go. They want the FNG Snapfire, and it looks like they should be able to get him, but they'll pay the price of the Razor once again. Limp on the backlines will get the Queen of Pain. He'll get a second as well. Beyond godlike. Absolutely cleaning up Thunder Predator. And it looks like Alliance will...
Oh!
Ending today with a second win.
That was a sick remnant block on the roll.
GG is called. Alliance. 2 wins, 4 losses. Not maybe perhaps the dream day one they were hoping for, but they cleaned up a 0-4 start with a convincing 2-0 in the end. At least,
I would 10 times rather start the day 0-4, ended 2-0 than the other way around.
Yep.
So that's really nice for them going into day 2.
Yeah, we've seen these teams have these terrible rough day ones at TIs in the group stage. You go 0-6, you go 1-5, and they bounce back, make the upper bracket. So it's definitely possible. And definitely upper bracket is what Alliance will have their sights set on. Same time, Thunder Predator 0-4, that's where Alliance were. So in some ways, you know, nobody is... their story is never decided on day one. There's still, at least as far as where you're going to be going in the main event, there's still plenty of time to kind of correct course.
Out of both teams to go 0-2, it definitely hurts Thunder Predator just a bit less because they only had 2 series today. But sadly, that was the worst game I think they played all day. That last one, that they looked
Rough.
outclassed. They definitely just got it. Like the first game was like a back and forth brawl. That one was just like 2 mistakes by Thunder Predator, smooth play by Alliance, and just over. So I just hope it doesn't break their confidence going into day 2.
What do you make of day 1 group stage? Anything kind of stand out? Any surprises for you?
I'd say the day went pretty standard according to like who was favored, but I thought the Beast Coast over Secret was a nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and that was just amazing quality Dota too from both teams really.
That
but
was
Beast
a really
Coast,
nice series.
Yeah,
And I like the fact that group stage we could paint the narrative for literally every game we cast. You know, this was the game to make sure one of the teams gathers momentum. The Beast Coast game was like kind of the minor underdog story. The EG versus T1, that's like a rematch from the major. A lot of fun stuff.
Yep. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Days after as well. This is just the start of things here at the International. So thank you for joining us, myself, Gods, as well as BSJ. We'll be casting some more games tomorrow morning. Things start 9 a.m. local time, which is 10 a.m. CST. So more group stage action then, and we'll see you later.